proving why they were the number 1 seed coming into that section tournament, too.
I don't know who that was that just was announced for Rosemount. I hope they got some money for that. That was did you hear the plug?
What was the plug?
It was some landscaping company or something.
Oh, wow.
And he just shouted that. I hope they got some money now.
Some name, image, and likeness money.
NIL money for that Rosemount Irish player. On the other side, Grand Rapids, 15-12-1 this year, but also a great section tournament for them as well.
Yeah, fantastic. And you look at Grand Rapids, I would say this is a team that was not predicted to be in this space at the start of the year. I think Rockridge was probably more of the favorite as Grand Rapids lost their star goaltender from the last 2 years in Carter Casey, who's playing up in the WHL, who would have made a big difference on this team. They would have been probably a top 4, 5, or top 3 team coming into this field. Instead, they're coming in at the 5 seed, and we'll see how they fare.
So it'll be Luke Sherlock in net, the sophomore goaltender for Grand Rapids. A very good year, especially for just a sophomore.
Well, filling in off of the big shoes of Carter Casey as well. He's coming in with a .911 save percentage and a goals against average of 2.53.
And he will face the experienced senior goaltender, Sam Clements, 1.85 goals against, 93% save percentage. Obviously a good season for him as well. Rosemount 22-4-1 on the year, taking on the 15-12-1 Thunderhawks. And it definitely just feels like you talk about a Rockridge newer team, perhaps that experience that the Thunderhawks have helped them along. It'll be interesting to see how Rosemount, who probably the more talented team, but less experience here. Certainly the new kids back here on the block for the Irish.
Well, and Grand Rapids was in this tournament 2 years ago, too, when they beat the White Bear Lake in the last second to make it to semifinal Friday. So that, a lot of these kids on this team were on that team. You look at Willie Shimon, Nate Garski, they played on that team, and they were important roles on that team as well. So they're used to this environment.
Sherlock 9-5 on the year for his sophomore campaign as we get ready to go. Thunderhawks, beautiful jersey matchup here.
Oh, yeah.
Orange jerseys, white and black trim, and the Irish, I mean, my goodness. This is fun.
Rosemount rocks the Michigan Wolverine helmet for football. It's a really, really good jersey matchup.
And the Thunderhawks going from left to right across your iHeartRadio app. They win the face-off, but the Irish steal it right back, and it's a shot that goes wide, taken by Cade Sherman as he goes down low behind the goal, wrapped around to the blue line here. Rosemount keeping the pressure going as a shot hits a stick, flutters up in the air, and falls in the area of Hershey, who will try to clear, but he can't get it past the blue line. Here's a chance for Sherman with a shot. Save made, blocker away by Sherlock. Great look there for the Irish early.
Yeah, good. One of the things that Rosemount does extraordinarily well is they take shots from odd angles where you're not expecting it. And it creates a lot of different opportunities then as well, because you're not expecting a shot to come from a certain area, and the rebounds that can generate get really juicy.
Draw one by Grand Rapids in the neutral zone here. It's handed over to Simons. His pass across center ice, intercepted and taken back in by Rosemount. Curling to the outside with it is Schubert. He'll wrap it around the wall, far side. Handled by Sullivan by the Irish. He'll play it back to the near corner here, and the Irish keep the forecheck going. Stepping up is Boren, but he can't get to it. The puck just leaves the Grand Rapids zone, returned in kind by Rosemount immediately. It'll be picked up by Simons. He'll go off the back wall to the far side, and Grand Rapids controls it as they work their way through neutral ice and dump it in deep. Behind the Rosemount goal, it bounces near side. Schubert had it, got it forward to Goodwin. Goodwin lost it at the red line. It's knocked back in by Grand Rapids behind the goal, and it'll be Sam Clements will play the breakout pass to his left for Lonke, who will give it up forward. And it's dumped in deep by Shannon Goodwin. Goes off the wall in front and just smothering it as Luke Sherlock with 15 and a half to go in the first. We are still without a goal.
Rosemount with a slight jump right now. It looks like they're excited to be out there as they're soaking up their first tourney appearance, like you said, Zach, in nearly 3 decades.
Sherlock looks to his right, watches his Grand Rapids Thunderhawks win the faceoff, and they'll skate it up the ice. It's Castendick who will drive it hard deep into the corner behind the Rosemount goal. It goes to the far wall in front of the Rosemount bench. The Irish successful breakout. They got it across the red line. They get it just inside Grand Rapids side before the Thunderhawks knock it off the wall, and it slides all the way toward the Irish goal, forcing Clements to just fire it back out to neutral ice. It's returned to Clements behind his goal, where he'll leave it behind for Clafton. Graham Clafton fighting his way through. Gets checked down by Dylan Clayton, and it goes to the Grand Rapids blue line, where it's backhanded to the red line and then dumped in by Clafton deep into the Grand Rapids end. Stupar. Long pass to his right. Skips the stick of the intended receiver duel. Back the other way just for a moment is Rosemount, but Sherman had his stick, puck poked off his stick. He'll get it back in the corner. Rings it around the wall to the blue line where it's swung back in the area of Sherman. Fires one, and that's denied by Luke Sherlock. And that'll stop play with 14-12 to go. Another shot for Rosemount. They have 2.
Luke Sherlock for Grand Rapids, and that has looked sharp so far. Sophomore settling in. Grand Rapids always has a rich goaltender tradition. We mentioned Carter Casey, but, Hunter Shepard played at the University of Minnesota Duluth, won a national title. You also have John Casey. List goes on.
Thunderhawks chance, and the shot rises over the goal. Ander Riala unable to find a lot of open net to shoot at. Instead goes over the goal, and the Thunderhawks so close to getting first blood early here in the first. Back the other way, here come the Irish. Left wing side, a shot rises over the goal taken by Cade Sherman. Behind the goal it goes. Rosemount continuing the pressure, spinning and firing a shot was Goodwin, denied again by Sherlock. Out to neutral ice it goes. Bartle for Rosemount hands it off to Goodwin. Goodwin cuts from left to right through neutral ice. Backhands one just inside the Thunderhawk zone. The puck is cleared out to center. Rosemount will have to touch up, and as they do, it's dumped in deep behind the Grand Rapids goal, where it wheels all the way around to the far side, and a quick shot off a turnover taken by Bauer Sullivan, denied and held on by Sherlock.
Again, another good save there, but we're looking at the Raiola. Oh, did that go off the crossbar?
Did catch a piece of the top of the crossbar.
Wow.
So just inches away. Certainly a tough shot there. It was kind of handcuffed him. Didn't really have everything he wanted on it. And unfortunately for the Thunderhawks, just couldn't get it under the bar instead.
Yep.
Went bar north, didn't go bar south.
Yep. Sometimes that happens. But a pretty good start to the game by both squads. Looks more two-sided than the one-sided matchup that we had in our first game.
Absolutely. Puck hits the corner glass, or the curved glass, I should say, and that will bring the face-off back in the Grand Rapids end. 12:54 on the clock here in this first period. Still 0-0.
Coach Grant Clafton for Grand Rapids, making it to state again. Second squad that he's done so. Brought Greenway here nearly a decade ago.
Grand Rapids coming out of the zone with the puck. It's Jamison Duell working his way in. Dumps it deep. Rosemount coming out with the puck. Shannon Goodwin cuts his way through, drives, fires one. Knocked away by Sherlock. Grabbed by Nate Karski for Grand Rapids. He'll cross the red line, crosses the blue line, goes to his right. Thunderhawks with a great chance there. Duel just out of his reach. Try to redirect it on goal. Instead, it goes wide of the Rosemount net. Quick breakout for the Irish. Putting on the brakes as he enters the zone is Schubert. He'll fire it to the far corner. It'll be picked up by DeGroat. DeGroat to the blue line. Fired from the blue line, but blocked. Great job by Carlson dropping down to a knee. And he definitely felt that one as he winces a little bit. And then he looks to his right, watches his teammate draw the first penalty of the game as Andriala falls to the ice, resulting in a tripping penalty on Rosemount.
Looks like it's Jack Lonke going to the bench for Rosemount. Coming into this game, Grand Rapids power play rocking at 42.2%, which is very, very high, and the penalty kill for Rosemount's at 88.
Left wing side shot ramps off of Graham Clafton's stick and goes out of play. And we almost saw just 2 seconds into this power play just how dangerous Grand Rapids is with the man advantage.
42.2% is high.
Very much so. For Rosemount's sake, 32 ain't bad, but when you almost 33 really, but when you compare that to 40, it's not 40. Let's say that. Weak angle shot, score! Andriala somehow, some way squeezes it through, and it's 1-0 Thunderhawks.
Fantastic goal there by Andriala. Like you said, Zach, just squeeze that through. But if you're Rosemount, you got to keep Rapids out of the box when you look at that power play now. That is deadly.
And that wasn't even a traditional power play goal. Normally, the advantage of a power play is to move the puck around and find a guy open on the back door. His skates were below the goal line when he fired the shot, and
looks like it. No, clean. No deflection.
No back off the back or anything. Just what a snipe. Very Kaprizov-like, I would say.
Wow.
And it's 1-0 Thunderhawks early in this one. Wow.
That was quick.
So here we go. We'll see how the Irish respond. Thunderhawks force a turnover in the offensive zone, and they pass it across. Riella almost got number 2 there. And it's cleared out to center by Rosemount before it's returned deep by Grand Rapids. Behind his goal is Jack Lonke, who was just in the penalty box for Rosemount. And I think if there's anything that the Rosemount coaching staff will hammer home, Danny, is stay out of the penalty box as much as you can.
Yep.
That is ridiculous. That is deadly. Yep. My goodness. Here come the Thunderhawks into the Rosemount end, battle in the corner. Coming out with it here is Garski. He'll be brought down to the ice as the stick goes flying. The Irish, another stick goes flying. A lot of yard sale all over the place in this Rosemount zone. The Irish come down the ice, and a glove save made off the shot from Gavin McNeil. I think it was going wide anyway. Still, nice work, nice use of the glove, and
just showing a replay of that power play goal. That was a snipe. And, I mean, he put that in the corner of that net.
Yeah. You aren't going to, much better shot again from that angle, too. Just, it had to be perfect. It was, and it's 1-0 Thunderhawks. 10:15 to go in the first period. Irish lead in shots 6-2. And they control it in the Grand Rapids zone, left corner. Schubert goes out of play. Penalty 4 now.
See, Rosemount has had the majority of the offense, but that power play, that's the difference maker right now.
And it's great to see that 40%. I will say for the Irish, Thunderhawks only 76.3% on the penalty kill.
That's not good.
Assuming they get, an opportunity here, which you always kind of assume you get one or two, they will at least be looking at that to maybe find an equalizer here as the Thunderhawks skated from one end of the ice to the other, into the Irish zone now. Backhanded out by Goodwin. Stepping up, keeping that in was Clayton, far wall. Clafton for the Irish, out of his zone with it. Crosses his own blue line, now crosses the Thunderhawk blue line, knocks it off the wall to himself behind the Thunderhawk goal. Continuing with the perimeter play is Rosemount as it's cycled back down low by Goodwin. The Thunderhawks steal it away. Laid up the ice, but closing in is Bartle. Will go off the wall to the neutral zone, knocked on goal from center ice by the Thunderhawks. Clements lets it go for his defensive core, and it's played to center and up into the zone now. It's McNeil for Rosemount. Across, his pass hits a stick and goes out of play, and we will pause here with 8:56 to go in period number one. It's Grand Rapids 1, Rosemount 0. You're tuned in to the Tourney on KFAN Plus, presented by James Hardy, the number one brand of siding in North America.
It's a new year. You deserve a new deck. You desire the best, so go with the best. And that's TimberTech and TimberTech.com. TimberTech is number one in premium decking and industry-wide the leader in design. You can choose up to 4 decking samples, and they'll ship them to you. So go to TimberTech.com to learn more, get those samples, and learn to love composite decking. It is TimberTech.com.
We hear it every day.
I'm a safe driver.
Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember, 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Pronto Heating is hiring service technicians.
Not your everyday run-of-the-mill techs, little brother.
That's right, Wade. We're looking for people that hustle.
Flash fast.
To be the best, you got to know your stuff.
We're constantly learning and training.
So we can repair any furnace or air conditioner out there.
It takes dedication and relentless hard work to be a Pronto tech.
Which is why we'll pay you really well.
Give us a call. Let's talk.
Or apply online
at prontoheat.com.
One tap away. Open the iHeart app and stream your local station. Catch the latest on Fox Sports Radio or dive into the world's biggest sports podcasts. Search sports on iHeartRadio and lock in.
Make us a preset on our free iHeartRadio app and take the Plus with you anywhere you go. FM 96.7 KFAN, the Plus.
Back here in St. Paul at Grand Casino Arena. I almost did it. I don't think that counts.
That does not count.
I do have to mark Diego down, though, on our sheet. 1-0 the score. Grand Rapids leading Rosemount with 8:56 to go in the first period. What have you learned from the first half of the first period?
Don't put Grand Rapids on the power play. That is a dangerous combination. You do not want that. But Rosemount has been skating really strong, I would say. And for their first trip in quite some time, they look very comfortable out there.
Yeah, shot 6-3 in favor of Rosemount. They've also the attempts 13-5, but face-off circle about even 7-5. So relatively evenly matched battle here so far. It's what we expected, and a big goal by the visiting team on the scoreboard. Grand Rapids to start this one, the lower seed. I don't know how much the last change is an advantage, Danny, in this game, but
a little bit, but not a whole lot.
The souvenirs piling up in the section behind the Grand Rapids bench. That is the second puck now, maybe even the third that's flown into the stands over there.
Looks like an old-timer that just grabbed the puck.
Looks like the Rosemount Irish have their own Homer hanky.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Our hockey hanky.
Hockey hanky.
Off the face-off, quick shot. Stick save made by Sherlock. Rosemount gets the puck right back. They center one, but it finds the stick of Riala instead. The lone goal scorer of this hockey game so far gives it out to his left, and it's dumped in deep behind the Rosemount goal. Hershey stepped up, but lost behind him. Irish slide their way in. McNeil around the wall. to the far wall. And up the ice comes Grand Rapids. Come on. Drops it deep. Back there is Doran. Taken out by Lonke. Jack Lonke for Rosemount. Through neutral ice. We'll just leave it deep in the Rosemount end. Head to the bench for a change. Wholesale change now. Lone player out there, Clafton. Moved it forward. Got it to Vadipo. And then the shot saved by Sherlock. There was a brief rebound, but he's able to smother it and stop play with 7:40 to go in the first period.
Yeah, just a little bit of a run-in with Sherlock, the Grand Rapids goaltender, but nothing pretty innocuous. His glove just kind of came off as they were trying to push the puck free out of it.
Draw one to the wall. Grand Rapids controlling backwards behind the net and trying for the breakout here. The Thunderhawks able to do so. Nice pass, nice outlet pass up to the very speedy Miskovich, who had it poked off his stick as he entered the Rosemount end, played the neutral ice, and then a 100-foot shot from the red line taken by Vershi is denied by Clements. Rosemount behind their own goal now. Working his way up, that's Clafton. His pass goes off the stick of Sullivan, was going wide of the goal, and then some pushing and some shoving and some gloves going into some face masks after perhaps the net was crashed maybe a little bit too hard there, Danny.
But both of these teams like the jaw. Like, that's not a surprise when they're jawing a little bit at the end of that. It looks like Alex Salisbury. Couldn't tell who the Rosemount player was.
Bauer Sullivan.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. We're going to see a little bit of that, and it's going to be kind of a little jockeying for position. Wow. That one's a little surprising.
Man. They're taking just one.
And it's Grand Rapids
and
going
it's
to.
Alex Salisbury, who was Bauer Sullivan came in. He was going toward the goal. Didn't make any contact at all other than with Salisbury. And then they were kind of locked in. But I think, as I mentioned, the face mask and the glove, the only punches, if you will, again, not a traditional punch.
Yes.
What do they call that, locker boxing or whatever? It was all on the Grand Rapids side, and that's how Salisbury earned his roughing minor. And now it is Rosemount with the power play here as they enter the zone with the puck. The man advantage, 32.8% on the power play this year is Rosemount, just 76.3% on the penalty kill for the Thunderhawks as the Irish look for an equalizer here with the man advantage. A shot stick aside easily by Sherlock. They can't clear, kept in by Lonk. He goes to his right. Now loose in the slot. The Thunderhawks going to try to clear again, and they are just able to do so. As the Irish force back out to neutral ice, they'll be able to get it right back in very quickly. It's Cade Sherman. Will cut his way in. To his left, it's Jack Lonke. Now to McNeil for Rosemount. McNeil to the backside here. A shot. Nice save made. Goes behind the corner. Another centering attempt. Now another weak angle attempt there for Rosemount. And just sitting on the puck is Luke Sherlock. Under him somewhere. And the clock stops with 53 seconds left on the power play for Rosemount.
Luke Sherlock there just hugging the board or the pipe, just hoping something doesn't get by him. One of the things that Rosemount does so well is they're not structured on a power play. They're going to move their guys around and look for the opportunity and take advantage of it. They're not going to stay static and kind of pass you to death.
Back out to Lonke here at the blue line. He'll give it to his left and gets it right back from McNeil. Lonke fires a shot that hits off some sticks in front and goes to the corner where it'll be grabbed by McNeil. He'll return it to the blue line for Lonke. Goes to his right, now down low. Centering attempt broken up by the Thunderhawks. Back to the right circle here. The shot from the Irish is turned away and held on by Sherlock once again, denying Connor Schubert the opportunity. 27 seconds now remain on the power play for Rosemount.
Connor Schubert there shot the puck in just the center of the GR of the jersey of Luke Sherlock. Pretty easy save there as the power play 2 comes out for Rosemount.
Draw one by the Thunderhawks, but the Irish steal it right back. They'll rim it around the wall to Clafton at the blue line. He'll go to the point for Goring, gets it back to Clafton, who fires one loose puck on the rebound, picked up by the Irish, worked back out high to Clafton. He'll go to his right, now played down low. Goring will get it back at the blue line here, skates it to the point, goes to his right. Now a centering attempt through the crease and wide of the goal. The Thunderhawks are full strength as it's grabbed by Hanowski for the Rosemount Irish. They are now 5-on-5. A shot bouncing, trickling around there in the slot. Didn't get to the goal, and the Thunderhawks will skate it out with some momentum right side. Driving in is Carlson, got it on goal, and a paddle save made by Clements with 4:41 to go in the first. The Thunderhawks with some momentum coming off of that penalty kill, and now some more, as you said earlier, jawing between these two teams who apparently don't like each other too much there, Danny.
I wouldn't say that. I just think knowing both of the squads and those kids, they like to jaw. They like to chirp a little bit, which is fun. That's what makes a 4-5 game exciting. The play is tight and the chirping is just as tight.
Shots out to 13-5 in favor of Rosemount after, I mean, you can't call it a successful power play, but they did a lot of good things on that.
Yes.
As the Thunderhawks win the face-off, a weak backhander does find its way through. Ayala is finding all sorts of different ways to put Sam Clements to the test.
And Sam Clements did not play in the section final, so this is his first game in a while. Getting tested a little bit early, but the power play for Rosemount has really lopsided the shots in favor of the Irish.
The Irish have the puck in their own zone. It's DeGroot with it. He'll fire a long pass left wing side for Goodwin, who skates it in. Channing Goodwin drives, fires one just over the right shoulder of Sherlock, bounces off the glass, and then does escape the zone. So the Irish will come back to touch up as they dump it in. Behind the net, it's picked up by Alex Salisbury for Grand Rapids. He'll go corner to corner with it. Trying for a return pass was Duel, but he was met by some resistance from Goodwin. Goodwin's able to steal the puck away, hands it over for Sherman. Sherman got it to the point, but it's poked away. Now a breakaway forming here for the Thunderhawks. Moving in, a shot save made, and will the hands go up here? Will Clayton get it? No, they call a hooking call, but very close to a penalty shot. I'm sure there was a thought, and there definitely was a hesitation, but credit to Dylan Clayton. And man, Danny, looking at that replay, he was at a open path, and
I leaned to penalty shot just because it was in the shooting motion. When he got hooked,
that was textbook penalty shot territory. I think the only thing you can maybe argue against it is there wasn't maybe enough of a
hook,
but even so, then you can't call it a penalty.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
If you're going to call a penalty, you probably should call a penalty shot. Regardless, I think Grand Rapids will take either one at this point with this 40% power play that they are now on attempt number 2. They are 1 for 1 so far, and they control the puck in the Rosemount zone for a moment. Unfortunately for the Thunderhawks, Sherman was unable to keep it in on his pass. It does come back to neutral ice, so they will touch back up here with 3.5 to go in the first period, leading 1-0, and a great step up by Lonke, reading that pass and dumping it deep into the Grand Rapids end for Rosemount, as the Thunderhawks definitely look a little bit more discombobulated, especially compared to their very successful and short power play to begin this game, as a shot is turned away. Rebound on goal, and a big save made by Sam Clements on the second effort. And now there's a Thunderhawk who was hit hard into the cage. He'll get back up. That was finally getting that license plate number, Ari Lampa. But great look there. It developed really out of nowhere. Some great stick handling.
Yeah.
They got what they wanted in the rebound, Danny. Just couldn't finish.
Yeah, it started with Seth Carlson's shot and then a puck going off the feet, it looks like, of Ari Lampa. But no, just nothing happening. But every shot on the power play is important.
Another face-off win for the Thunderhawks here, right wing side. Seth Carlson at the half wall. Will fake a pass. Now he delivers the pass to Sherman at the blue line to his left. Down low to the corner. Grand Rapids keeping the pressure going here. Clayton behind and out to the point. Played to the left circle. The shot toe save made by Clements. The Thunderhawks get to the rebound, start to set up their power play once again. 42 seconds ago in the man advantage. A pass to the back door was on the backhand of Carlson, so he has to adjust. Handles it, goes to the point. Now it's played to the far corner. Thunderhawks changing some positions on the far side. Left circle shot blocked by a couple of sticks. Flutters to the corner where it's played behind the net by Carlson. Irish trying to steal it away. The Thunderhawks steal it right back before they give it away. And it's picked up by Clafton, and he'll ring it around the wall all the way down the ice with 13 seconds to go on the power play.
Ooh.
Miscue there on the play by Sherlock. He came out of the goal to pick it up. Had some pressure. Had to get back to the goal quickly. Did so, and he survives the brief error as the Thunderhawks send it on goal. Time expires on the penalty, and hanging on to it is Sam Clements. We're back to 5-on-5 with 1 minute 49 seconds remaining in the opening period.
Shots now 14-11 in favor of Rosemount. So Grand Rapids crawling back into tying the shots back up with their power play time. Both power plays are very efficient. I think that's going to be a storyline for the rest of this game, is keeping out of the box is going to be premium.
To the point for Grand Rapids, a shot hits, I believe the shoulder of Clements goes out of play. As the shots on goal margin used to be 13-5, Danny, it's now 14-12.
Yeah.
Both in favor of Rosemount, but obviously that gap closing quickly with another power play for Grand Rapids.
This is a very even game after seeing a very lopsided one to start the day.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, it was Minnetonka beating Gentry Academy 5-0 to kick off quarterfinal Thursday here at Grand Casino Arena. Minute and a half to go in the first period of this one, in which Grand Rapids leads Rosemount 1-0. The Irish fight their way through. Big hit put on as getting sent to the ice was Shannon Goodwin, but I think that's one, Danny. They might show a replay on the TV, but they might block it here. We'll see if they will keep it up as the crowd will react.
That was a big one.
Wow, great hit by Alex Salisbury. Draw coming up on the Grand Rapids end to the left of goaltender Luke Sherlock. A perfect 14 of 14 so far for Sherlock. Irish win the face-off. They try to put it toward the goal. It goes into some Thunderhawk skates, and then a turnover results in another opportunity for the Irish. But again, it finds a Grand Rapids Thunderhawk body instead of the goal. Dave Wright giving the last minute of play in this period call here in this opening frame of quarterfinal number 2. The Irish controlling it now. A shot blocked in front. Great job by Clayton dropping down to a knee and using those orange socks to block that puck and keep it out of the area of Luke Sherlock, his goaltender. Grand Rapids with a half minute to go, leaving the zone with the puck. They'll get it up the far side. Clayton will do the honors and fire it deep off the back wall. Hits the side of the Rosemount cage, and then it's cleared out by Rosemount to the red line. As time ticks away, McNeil gains the line, fires it deep. It's 13 seconds to go now as the Thunderhawks try to clear. It's kept in and fired on goal immediately by Lonke, easily patted away by Luke Sherlock, and time expires now on period number 1 with Grand Rapids leading Rosemount by a score of 1-0. A power play goal by Under Reala, the difference so far in this one.
Yeah, power plays were the difference maker. That's where the scoring chances came from. That's where the goal came from. And that's where the majority of the shots came from for both of these squads. Other than that, 5-on-5, Rosemount and Grand Rapids were pretty even, I thought.
No, absolutely, and certainly a breath of fresh air after the previous 2 periods that were played here earlier today, and that's what you expect, obviously, from the 4 or 5 game. Fun to have it here in the afternoon, and certainly a great start to this one. Rosemount out shooting Grand Rapids by just 3. Both teams with some opportunities at the man advantage. Grand Rapids 1 for 2. They capitalized, and then Rosemount just came up short, but certainly had their opportunities as well. I think special teams will continue to be a factor for the final 34.
100%.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with more from the Grand Casino Arena, downtown St. Paul, Minnesota. The 82nd Tourney on the plus here, all presented by James Hardy, the #1 brand of siding in North America.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TODAY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TODAY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TODAY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Every year, International Women's Day falls on March 8th, and iHeartRadio is proud to celebrate the women who shape music, drive change, and influence culture. Find playlists, podcasts, and of course, Women's History Month radio. Open the free iHeart app, search Women's History Month, and listen now.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hi, I'm Robert Varnado, president of Lee Container. Our company is committed to building a welcoming workplace. Inclusive employment isn't just the right thing to do, it's good for business. More than 8 out of 10 adults with developmental differences do not have a paid job, and only 36% of the public believes that they are capable of being leaders. Now is the time to change that. We can work together to provide more opportunities for the 6.5 billion people in the U.S. that have autism, intellectual, or developmental differences. Join Lee Container in taking the Delivering Jobs pledge today. We're supporting Autism Speaks, Best Buddies, and Special Olympics in their commitment to create pathways to 1 million employment and leadership opportunities for this talented community by 2025. Together we can build the workforce of the future. Visit deliveringjobs.org to learn more.
23 million small businesses are open for business in the United States, providing more than half of all American jobs. What helps these small businesses thrive? Good transportation, a well-trained labor force, and a healthy infrastructure, an attractive streetscape, and comfort and safety for pedestrians. Good planning delivers these benefits to small businesses. Learn more at planning.org. That's planning.org. A message from this station and the American Planning Association.
Local and national coverage heard daily on FM 96.7 and iHeartRadio. This is KFAN+.
Welcome back to Grand Casino Arena, St. Paul, Minnesota. First intermission here between Grand Rapids and Rosemount. A great start to this one. Great first period. Grand Rapids leading Rosemount 1-0. A power play goal from Ander Riella, and that is the difference so far here through 17 minutes of play. Quick recap of what we've had here at the tourney so far. The sixth game of the tourney in progress right now. We had 4 yesterday, 1 already in the books today. Yesterday was Hibbing Chisholm and Dodge County kicking things off, a 4-1 final there in favor of Hibbing Chisholm. And then right after that one, the Mahtomedi Zephyrs scoring a very late goal in the third period, a heartbreaker if you are St. Cloud Cathedral, as that was Braden Fierce with the goal at the 14:01 mark, just 2:59 remaining in the third period there to get that win for the Zephyrs over the Crusaders. And then Delano beating Mankato West 6-2 the final. Mankato West played a very good game. We're tied through 2 periods, but the Tigers ran away with that one in the third period. And then finally, Warroad shutting out Northern Lakes. Final score there 5-0. It sets up 2 great games tomorrow. Kevin Fallness on the call with Danny Ryan on these 2. It'll be Hibbing Chisholm versus Mahtomedi at 11 a.m. right here on KFAN Plus, and then Delano and Warroad live at KFAN.com/watch. And then in the quarterfinals for today of the Class 2A tournament, Minnetonka shut out Gentry Academy 5-0 final this morning. And then this afternoon, of course, we have Rosemount and Grand Rapids. That one, Grand Rapids leading Rosemount 1-0 through 1 period of play. Tonight, it'll be Moorhead, the Spuds, hosting, well, not really hosting, but taking on Lakeville South. They'll be the home team on the scoreboard, at least. So Lakeville South and Moorhead coming up later on this evening. Following that, it will be Edina and Andover putting a cap on quarterfinal Thursday for the Class 2A bracket. So Minnetonka waiting the winner of this one between Grand Rapids and Rosemount to see who they will play at 6 o'clock tomorrow. That'll be on KFAN. And then KFAN Plus for the late game Friday night, featuring the winners of Lakeville South, Moorhead, Andover, and Edina. So great one so far. I imagine this will continue to be great here. The Orange out in full force. The Irish, they're out in full force here. It's a great-looking crowd and a great atmosphere as we head back to break and get you set for period number 2 when we come back. Again, the score, Grand Rapids 1, Rosemount 0. You're tuned in to the tourney on the Fan, all thanks to James Hardy, the #1 brand of siding in North America.
For M&N Sports, I'm Kevin Fallness. The Golden Gopher men had a bit of trouble last night in Bloomington.
And there's the horn. And on that note, that is the ballgame. 77-47 is the final. Indiana gets the win. Minnesota falls to 14-16 overall, 7-12 now in the Big Ten. They'll close up the regular season Saturday night, 8 o'clock the tip, hosting Northwestern. Indiana 18-12, snaps a 4-game skid. They go to 9-10 in the Big Ten. They keep their tournament hopes now good. They did not want to lose this one. They play at Ohio State for a resume opportunity to close out the regular season on Saturday.
That was Mike Grimm last night on the Gophers Radio Network after the Gophers fall by 30 points to Indiana.
They were really, really physical. We didn't handle it very well. Weren't communicating great on defense. And once that thing just kind of broke open, towards the end of the first half there, we just didn't have enough in the tank. I mean, we looked like a tired ball club. We looked like a frustrated ball club there. And it was just too much for us to overcome.
That's Gopher head coach Nico Medved. The regular season comes to a close Saturday against Northwestern at Williams Arena. Tonight, the Golden Gopher men's hockey team is on the ice against a very good Michigan State team. Leo Gruba says they'll be ready.
You might call us a delusional confidence, but we are very confident in our group. We know we played great hockey in the last month, and no one's packing their bags. No one's got spring break clothes in the closet yet. We're going to be here for a few more weeks. We'll win 2 this weekend. That's our plan, and then 6 straight.
Puck drops at 7 o'clock tonight and tomorrow at 3M Arena at Mariucci. Tonight, the Timberwolves are back on the floor. They'll host the Raptors, looking for a 5th straight win. It's a 7 o'clock tip from Target Center. The Wild practice today in St. Paul. They're in Vegas tomorrow night at 9. Kevin Fallness, M&N Sports.
Mike Bryant is with me from Bradshaw and Bryant. And Mike, see you in court is more than an expression to you, isn't it?
Here's what it means to me. When I'm representing my clients, I'm perfectly willing to take their case to the courtroom.
Why is that?
Because it is often the most effective way for me to fight for my client. See, the truth is some attorneys push too hard to settle because I'm not sure they're ready for trial. We are. We've done it for decades.
And it often leads to better outcomes?
Yes, trying cases can help to build a stronger position. Look, we'll not force a case to trial against a client's wishes, but trying cases influences insurance companies' approach to claims.
Isn't it also true that insurance companies are more likely to negotiate fairly if they're convinced that you're prepared to go to trial?
I couldn't have said it better, Dan.
Real world law advice from an attorney who's been living it for decades, Mike Bryant of Bradshaw and Bryant. Go to MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com.
Seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Today alone, 5,370 people in the United States will be diagnosed with cancer. That's why Stand Up to Cancer funds and develops the newest and most promising cancer treatments. Stand Up to Cancer wants to provide you with every opportunity to join in this mission. By donating your home, land, or commercial property, you can help Stand Up to Cancer fund innovative cancer research. Stand Up to Cancer makes the process easy, and it may be tax deductible. Visit standuptocancer.org/giveproperty to learn more.
Hi, I'm Robert Varnado, president of Lee Container. More than 8 out of 10 adults with developmental differences do not have a paid job, and only 36% of the public believes that they are capable of being leaders. Join Lee Container in taking the Delivering Jobs pledge today. We're supporting Autism Speaks, Best Buddies, and Special Olympics in their commitment to create pathways to 1 million employment and leadership opportunities for this talented community by 2025. Visit deliveringjobs.org to learn more.
Minnesota's second best sports station is FM 96.7 KFAN Plus KQQL HD3 Anoka.
Welcome back to
I can only
St.
call
Paul.
it a neck
Hey,
brace
stop that.
of fur.
Stop
It's
that.
so in his mouth that
This is us. It's the Tourney on KFAN Plus. Welcome back with Danny Ryan. I'm Zach Halverson, coming to a close on this first intermission featuring the Thunderhawks and the Irish. Grand Rapids leading Rosemount 1-0 with Danny Ryan. Again, I'm Zach Halverson. Danny, as we head into period number 2, what's going on in the locker rooms right now for both teams?
I think you just trust the process. I mean, Rosemount, you put up 17 shots in the first. Just know that you're going to get something by Luke Sherlock, the Grand Rapids goaltender, because something's going to break eventually. Whether it's on the power play like we have been talking about all game long or not, you got to feel some puck luck eventually.
And it was Andriala, the lone goal scorer in that first period. 1 for 2 on the power play. Are the Thunderhawks 0 for 1 for Rosemount. Shots on goal 17-12 in favor of Rosemount. They again had 28 shots attempted versus the 16 over Grand Rapids. Face-offs about even as well. So, the only real big difference stats-wise, Danny, and you got to give Grand Rapids credit too, because they have, despite the fact that Rosemount has 17 shots, the Thunderhawks have blocked 6.
Wow. Well, that seems low, though.
Yeah.
Just if the ratio is 6-17, like the Thunderhawks has got to get in more, shooting lanes then too.
For real.
Like your goaltender is not a D1 player. It is not Carter Casey right now in net. You block some shots. Put some, vulcanized rubber on your jersey. But this one, I still think is anybody's game in these next 2 periods.
So Rahala is the lone goal scorer. Shout out to B. Dale on Twitter. They're correcting our pronunciation.
Say it again.
Let me read it again here.
Yes. Rahala.
Like Eric Hala.
Oh, okay.
Rahala.
That's a good northern name.
Very much so. Thunderhawks came into this one 15-12-1. The Rosemount Irish with 22 wins for their side, 22-4-1. We got a Section 3. Won the first ever section final at, we'll call it just, was it Lee and Penny Anderson Arena?
Yes. We need more section finals there. That rink is awesome.
Openly campaigning for that. I only thing I would say it was just slightly bigger. We had it figured out with the Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum. It was a perfect place, and now it's being renovated, and for some reason the Minnesota State Fair Foundation just couldn't find it in their hearts for another $1.8 million and get that refrigerator. I don't know if it's 1.8 or 11. I don't care. Just do it.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna.
It's just such a cool venue, and the parking is excellent for the Coliseum too.
I'm telling you, root for me, man. When I win the lottery, be the Zach Halverson rink at Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum. Can't wait. Welcome back. Second period underway. Rosemount from left to right. Grand Rapids from right to left. Across your iHeartRadio app. Beautiful jersey matchup. Find some pictures if you can later today as you're driving around. Don't look it up right now, but unless you're able to, unless you're working. And it is a beautiful sight to see. Classic Metro versus Outstate tilt. And right now, Outstate leading 1-0 in Grand Rapids. Thunderhawks skated it in, but they were offside. So we'll pause here 30 seconds into the middle frame.
Quick whistle. Not enough to talk about yet in 30 seconds in. But I think this game might be like a 4-3 game. 5-4 is where I'm leaning right now, Zach.
That's fair.
I think we're going to see some goals open up in this middle frame.
No doubt about that. As the puck is sent into the Grand Rapids bench. There's seems to be like some sort of a magnet going on over by that bench over there.
There is. Maybe head coach Grant Clafton has something in his pocket. One of his best friends, Wade Chido, the former Grand Rapids head coach, is now an assistant coach for Grand Rapids.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Beautiful arena up there, the IRA Civic Center. If you can go check it out, be sure to do so.
Yamar Arena, Zach.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that?
Yeah. It's Yamar Arena.
It's been a while since I've been there. Too long. Here's a chance for Rosemount, but a great diving effort. So good that he dove again there. Lampa got in the way of that one, got back up. Blew a tire, tried to clear, couldn't do so. Then Rosemount fires one just wide of the goal. Yamar Arena, home of these Thunderhawks. And again, last time I went up there, Danny, there was a sign on the window of the door entering the arena saying, hey, just so you know, the roof could collapse at any time. They have since replaced that.
They have.
And I don't think the sign's there anymore.
No.
Yeah. You can watch hockey and not worry about
impending death.
A catastrophic failure of the ceiling.
Yeah, I've been to the new Yamar Arena. It's just as beautiful as the IRA Civic Center. And no, it's one of my favorite barns in the state.
And speaking of barns, I was able to take a trip up north a couple of weeks ago to see the new Hermantown rink. Incredible. I mean, well done by everybody involved. And then Proctor finally got to see that place. Newer rink.
Yes.
And that place is also spectacular. So a lot of new barns popping up. Hopefully some more new barns will pop up very soon in other areas of interest, according to me, maybe someday. Behind the Rosemount net, the puck picked up here. Play to the corner. Stepping up is Gavin McNeil for Rosemount. He'll find his way through center. Drops it in. Groot getting there first for Rosemount. Back to for the point in his skates. Videpo able to come away with it here. Left wing side, weak angle shot. And Sherlock makes it stop.
Still looks like a little bit of feeling out process so far in this period. It's 14:43 left. Shots haven't increased dramatically for either side as a lot more skating. So my scoring theory of the period is not proving true right now, but I think I still have time.
Still a lot of time, just over 2 minutes into the second period. A lot of whistles here as these teams seemingly continue to feel each other out a little bit here and there. And Rosemount with the puck in their own zone. Fight their way out of the zone to the Grand Rapids blue line. Where they are met. Puck stolen away and then taken right back in by Goodwin for Rosemount. At the blue line, from one side to the other. Deep behind the Grand Rapids goal. Scooped up by Salisbury. He'll play it out to center. Another dump and chase here. Wash, rinse, repeat. This time it's Verschy. Plays it out to the blue line where it's dumped right back deep. But this time it didn't leave the zone. So Rosemount able to get some sort of a forecheck going. But a quick breakup by Grand Rapids thwarts that opportunity. And into the zone now it's Seth Carlson. He'll put on the brakes at the half wall. Looks to his back. Seth goes down deep from one half wall to the other. Or Rosemount steals it away. Here come the Irish, away from the play. Looks like some incidental contact, and getting up slowly is Clapton as he makes his way to the bench. Another big collision there. It's been a physical matchup here so far. A lot of physicality. As McNeil skates it behind, still with it all the way around the wheel for McNeil, and his shot blocked out in front, and another block shot for Grand Rapids, paying the price there. And heading to the bench was Colton Stupar. Now the Irish have some numbers the other way. Right wing side, moving into Schubert. He'll fire a shot. Rebound! Score! The Irish have tied it up. It snuck through the pads of Sherlock, and getting that goal is Oliver Gorin for the Irish.
Yeah, his 5th goal of the year as a defenseman. Right place, right time, cleaning up that rebound and sticking it through the 5-hole, it looked like on the first go-around. We're going to watch the replay on this. The rush came in very strong, and the puck just squirted out. Gorin there to clean up the pieces. Looks like it went 5 holes, Zach.
Just a rough bounce there for Sherlock there, Danny, because he was in position to make that save.
Yeah.
But it was in the process of moving, and despite the fact that Gorin had plenty of net on the left side to shoot at, it could have been clean.
Yes.
He still ended up going 5-hole, which worked in his favor, but so close to making that big stop. And instead of a 1-0 lead, we now have a tie game. It's 1-1. Grand Rapids and Rosemount, and the Thunderhawks fire a shot that ramps off a stick and goes out of play. 12.5 to go in the second period, and a whole new hockey game once again.
Yeah. Now it's, again, we talk about it. Who gets the next power play? That's going to cause a difference in this game because that's going to give a lot of momentum to that squad. And if your team's able to kill that power play, holy moly, the momentum going the other way is going to be strong.
Off a face-off, another Grand Rapids shot that hits a stick and goes out of play. This game is nothing if not redundant at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
On a back-to-back, pucks out of play, back-to-back, this and that.
I thought this game would favor Rosemount a little bit more, but Grand Rapids is certainly holding themselves in this game.
Draw one by the Thunderhawks along the wall. A poke check there, but getting it right back was Castendick. Castendick driven hard into the wall. Battle on those corner boards. It's poked out by the Thunderhawks. Fired toward the goal. Took a very advantageous hop for Grand Rapids, but the Irish able to keep it out. Great job just in time there. Clements getting the left pad out. And the battle continues behind the Rosemount goal. Thunderhawks again come away with it. Miskovich has some open ice, skates to it, then try to fire a shot that was blocked by Heath Erickson for Rosemount. Puck finds its way to the near corner. Big collision along that wall. Miskovich steps up for Grand Rapids, drives it down low. The other 21 on the ice, Jack Lonke, steals it back, skates across his own blue line, knocks it off the wall. Great pass there as running the official was Quentin Vidempo. Vidempo trying to get it back there, fighting down there with Salisbury. As the physicality again picking up here. Now here come the Thunderhawks with numbers, left wing side. Grand Rapids moving in, looking for a pass. Still with it, fires a shot wide of the goal with Seth Carlson. Went high and wide of the net. It was kind of an awkward 2-on-1, Danny. Just didn't have the passing lane. Great defensive work by Rosemount. And now the puck goes on goal, and it's covered up by Sam Clements in the Rosemount end.
Seth Carlson came down the half wall with speed, expecting him to pass that puck as he had a teammate in the slot kind of waiting for it, realizing that he ran out of real estate, tried the wraparound, but to no avail. Good opportunity. The execution on that was a little bit sloppy for Grand Rapids.
Started with Salisbury winning a big battle in his own corner. We just saw the replay. He got literally sandwiched between two Rosemount Irish players. And now Rosemount working their way in. Great back check by Will Sherman as he was able to lift that stick and play it out of danger after it looked like Rosemount was going to have a grade A scoring opportunity entering the zone. Great poke check by the aforementioned Seth Carlson. Let the Rosemount Irish steal it right back and fire it deep inside the Thunderhawk end. Quick breakout by Grand Rapids. They lose it as they leave their zone. Rosemount back the other way. Here's Owen Simons. Simons cuts from left to right. Now back to his left, driving to the net. Lost it as he went to the cage. And Grand Rapids will pick up the loose change, and they'll skate it up here for Seth Carlson. Carlson again in on the left side. Carlson around the wall, around behind the goal. Dropped it back to nobody, and that'll be an easy takeaway for Rosemount. As the Thunderhawks, Danny, that was the end of a long shift, and they needed a change, and they will get it as Rosemount will dump it deep. The long change here in the second period. Not as long as some of the other barns in the state, when they have the penalty boxes between the benches. Here's a chance for the Thunderhawks. A shot saved. Loose in the blue paint. Still out there. Backhander tipped on crease, and it doesn't go in somehow.
Wow.
Some way the Thunderhawks can't finish. It rattled around. Pinball around, but no dice for the Thunderhawks.
So we go to the first TV timeout.
9:45 to go in the opening period. We'll take a break, come back with more from St. Paul. It's the Tourney on the Plus, presented by James Hardy. And we'll keep it out here. 9:45 to go in the second period. It's 1-1 Rosemount and Grand Rapids having some technical issues here. So we'll just keep it out here, Danny. Watching the replay off the air. I don't know how that one did not go in.
They tried.
It was an initial shot that squirted free. A backhander. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I know.
A backhand shot that I don't think he needed a tip. I don't know if it was going to go in or not. We'll look at it again here. So, again, backhand shot. Rosemount can't hold on to it. And then another backhand shot in the near side to almost a wide open net. The question is, as they slow the replay down, that was going over the goal.
Yeah.
So it needed to be deflected. The problem is it deflected into the blue paint, and it bounced just enough to let Sam Clements come across.
Is that a high
keep
stick?
It out of the goal. It probably wouldn't if it would have gone in directly. I don't know if that would have counted.
I think they're reviewing if it's a high stick because then the face-off's outside the zone. And I think that's why. So we're privy up here. We're seeing some replays that the normal people wouldn't see, and I think with that, they're analyzing to see if that's a high stick.
I'm not sure if they're. Looks like the officials are not talking to anybody, so I think they're just in the truck going back trying to get a better look.
I don't know. There's if you look next to Dave Wright down there, somebody's got a headset on.
Do they?
Yeah.
They always have a headset on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that something they look that close for just a face-off location on a video replay?
I think so.
But I don't think, even if it is, I don't think it's a high stick. It's a high stick.
No.
Off the if that puck went in, that goal probably would have counted.
I don't think that's allowed.
But it definitely was not shoulder height, I don't believe. So
no.
Again, regardless, gotta they probably took a good look upstairs, used this time to make sure that first initial shot didn't go in. But that puck was probably 2 inches in front of the goal line in that blue paint. Maybe even less.
Yeah.
And just an unfortunate hop for Grand Rapids. And that, we talk about every year, puck luck, such a big part of the tourney in these single elimination games. The Irish off the face-off worked their way right down the ice, and this floated softly on goal for Sherlock to smother.
We'll talk about puck luck. We'll see a team later tonight in Edina that probably had Bodie McConnell had the best puck luck I've ever seen in my life in that section final goal that rolled over the net and then he on his own dump to tip it in afterwards.
Incredible. Yeah, that goal went viral and definitely should have. I didn't see Sports Center last night. I know that there was definitely a nomination there for the Dodge County goal.
Oh, yeah, that was a great goal.
And that ESPN, by the way, I also want to mention, too, there was a game on ESPN Plus, an NHL game on ESPN Plus last night. They showed highlights during the intermission of that game. Hibbing and Dodge County. Full highlights, like it was not like, hey, this is cute. Check this out.
No,
had the logos, the graphics, everything.
Oh wow!
So love to see the tourney on a national stage. Here's the Thunderhawks right wing side shot turned away by Rosemount. Irish back the other way up the ice. It's McNeil. They'll have a drop pass that's stolen away by Clayton for Grand Rapids. Dribbling puck settled down by Stupar, and he'll make his way to the red line. He'll get the puck deep into the Rosemount end with 8 going to have to go past the midway point of regulation here. 1-1 hockey game. Battle at the blue line here. Does just leave the Rosemount zone for a moment. And then the pass goes awry, goes down for an icing, and we'll have a face-off back on the Rosemount side.
A little after whistle stuff that they're showing on the big screen right now.
Been a little more than jawing here.
Yeah, now it's physical.
Verbal has turned into some more physicality here, and officials tend to be a little bit more looser on the leash with that stuff here in the state tournament.
But one of the things that the referees do tell both teams is this is televised. We're going to have to call things. Don't be dumb.
Yeah, far looser in I would say the sections usually.
Yes.
As those other than 7, don't really have as big of a stage, even though they absolutely should, by the way.
Yeah.
Section hockey, folks. Get out there. Here's a chance for the Irish and a shot. The point there denied. Heath Erickson with a good look for Rosemount.
Good opportunity again for Rosemount. They're now leading in the shot category 23-8. But that one really handcuffed Nick Sherlock and was able to basket corral that, smother his own rebound.
7.5 to go, period number 2. It's 1-1 Grand Rapids and Rosemount. With Danny Ryan, I'm Zach Halverson. It's the tourney on the plus, presented by James Hardy, the #1 brand of siding in North America. And Rosemount has the puck deep in the Grand Rapids end. Using his body to protect that puck was Stalock. Got it to the blue line, stolen away by Grand Rapids. Thunderhawks cut from one blue line to the other. Shot from the right side, swatted away by Sam Clements. Thunderhawks trying to keep it in. They're able to do so on the left side. Taking it down low here, it's Seth Carlson. He'll fire a quick shot that's gloved by Clements.
Easy save there by Sam Clements. Really the key is rebound control in this rink because it's an NHL rink. So that means that the goal lines, how many feet closer to the end board, Zach? Like a couple feet, right? And so the rebounds are going to come at you a lot quicker. The blue lines are shrunk, and so you have a smaller neutral zone. It really juices for more goals.
They do not worry about the trapezoid.
No.
Goalies can play wherever they want. Though I would argue a lot of coaches would prefer that they don't.
Yeah.
We have seen over the years some interesting goaltending play in those corners, and last really place you can see that, right? I mean,
yeah,
pretty much every other. I guess college doesn't really do it much either. But
no.
World Juniors were here back in December and January. Some great talent on display there. This ice in this arena had a great hockey team in the Wild. Great talent there, and some great talent this weekend here, as well as a couple weeks ago with the girls' state tournament as well. Champions crowned as Grand Rapids fires a shot that hits a stick and goes up off the glass behind the Rosemount goal and is taken away by Clafton for Rosemount. Long pass towards McNeil. Stepping up and knocking it back in was Alex Salisbury as the Thunderhawks touch up on side. Behind his goal, the captain for Rosemount, Graham Clafton, picks it up. Long pass. Knocked back in by Grand Rapids. Clements will stop behind. To the right corner. Rosemount trying to find some open ice, but riding that puck away was Dylan Clayton. Clayton centers one, but just behind the intended receiver of Lawson, and that will result in a clear by Rosemount. Crossing line, dumping it in for a quick line change was Gavin McNeil for Rosemount. The Thunderhawks back the other way. Up the ice, it's Will Miskovich. He'll give it forward to Clayton. Clayton cuts his way in on the left wing side, drives deep in the corner. Knocked off his stick, picked up by Peter DeGroot for Rosemount. DeGroot will skate it out of his own zone, crosses center ice, into the zone now. DeGroot with the shot, right pad save as it's directed to the corner by Luke Sherlock in that Grand Rapids net. And then the Thunderhawks send the puck down the ice. Will go for an icing with 4 minutes, 47 seconds to go in the second period. It's 1-1. Grand Rapids and Rosemount knotted together here in St. Paul.
I guess we're not getting goals in this period, Zach, as both goaltenders have really settled in and not let a lot of opportunities come through. We saw in the first game, Minnetonka capitalized on rebounds, and rebound control was evident as a problem for Gentry. But for both of these squads, they were ready for that, and there's no opportunities given so far.
The Irish behind their goal. Played out to center here by Grand Rapids, trying to thread the needle. They're able to do so. Left wing side, Rayala. A couple of great chances, but he's denied on what would have been goal number 2. Rayala still with it again. Goes to the front, hits a stick. Irish poke it out, but a little bit too much on that. And Sullivan may have found himself a breakaway, but he swatted it out, went all the way down the ice. So battle now ensues in the Grand Rapids zone before the Thunderhawks get a quick clear. It's Seth Carlson up the ice as he enters the Rosemount zone, runs into Clafton for Rosemount, got it to the blue line, but it's kept in and then fired on goal by Harklow, and the save is made by Sam Clements. Now 3:45 to go in the middle frame.
Grand Rapids is making some good pushes right now. Their breakouts are becoming very crisp with their stretch passes, letting them have some opportunities in a quick shot succession. We look at Rayala's save or shot right there, and save made by Sam Clements for Rosemount.
Face off in the Rosemount zone, battled for along the dot, now forced to the corner. Looks like the Thunderhawks will come away with it. It goes back out to Salisbury, who fires a shot toward the goal. It bounces off a body in front, and it's cleared out by Rosemount. They'll gain the line and fire it deep. Down in the right corner is Videpo. Videpo will work it near side for DeGroot. DeGroot will try to go to the blue line with it, but it's intercepted by the Thunderhawks. They'll skate it out. It's Garski. working his way and now using his body to protect that puck. Goes back here for Lampa, who maneuvers his way through and fires a shot wide of the Rosemount goal. Irish racing after it, trying to clear, but great work by Gould keeping it in front of him as he'll knock it back behind the Rosemount goal. The Irish now with a breakout pass at the near side, successful as they're able to get it to center ice. But in comes the Thunderhawks once again. Right side chance. The shot whiffed upon. Nearly a breakaway pass to the intended receiver, Sherman, but the Thunderhawks able to close on that pass and intercept it before. Certainly, Danny, Cade Sherman would have been wide open on goal for Grand Rapids.
It just seems like Grand Rapids is buzzing a little bit right now. You know, they're getting back there defensively, and every time they're jumping up real strong in the offensive zone and at least getting a good jab in on Sam Clemens just to, you know, let them know they're still there. And then if you're looking at Rosemount, when do we start to see, you know, Connor Schubert, Gavin McNeil, you know, plug in?
Face off to the left of goaltender Luke Sherlock. It's won by the Thunderhawks. They'll escape the zone with the puck. It's continued along by Sherman as it's driven in deep into the Rosemount end. The Irish looking for a quick breakout here. They got it to the blue line, and it's continued forward by Gavin McNeil. He'll slide it to his left, and Miskovich will continue it into the, or make that lonky into the Grand Rapids end. Thunderhawks back the other way. Crossing center ice. It's DeGroot with it for a moment. That was Riala for Grand Rapids. Well, drop pass. Seth Carlson spinning to the outside. Finds some open ice. Nice stick handling here for Carlson. Going behind the goal with it now. He'll cycle it back behind the Rosemount net, but the centering pass intercepted by Rosemount, and they'll skate it out of harm's way. Into the zone. Chance. Irish shot. Big save made there by Sherlock. Just reaching after it there. Sherman trying to finish, but couldn't get it past the right side of Sherlock, who was able to kick that pad out there just in time.
Kate Sherman got a good piece of that. The Augustana commit just barely got a piece. Really gave Luke Sherlock for Grand Rapids a good test there.
Off the face-off inside that Grand Rapids zone. Seen a lot of this here, Danny, where the puck is dropped. And there's really no clear winner until many seconds after the fact. Rosemount did eventually come away with that puck after a lengthy battle. And the Irish now setting up shop here. Wake Ingle shot off the side of the Grand Rapids cage, and the Thunderhawks able to clear with just over a minute to go. Period number 2 into the zone, and drawing a tripping penalty is Jamison Gould. And the Thunderhawks back on the power play, be their third opportunity of the game. They're 1 for 2, Danny, and it's tough play there. Is Clafton just trying to play defense, trying to poke the puck away, instead found the skates of Gould.
And Graham Clafton, one of Rosemount's top defensemen as well, senior. And like we've been talking about, this Grand Rapids power play rocks over 40%, so you do not want to put them out there.
Under a minute to go here. Of course, the rest of this penalty would carry over to the third period if the Irish can keep this puck out of their own net. Puck battle in the right corner, won by the Thunderhawks. Clayton finds some open ice, goes to the corner with it. Now from one corner to the other, it's Riala. Riala to Duel. Duel steps up, fires a shot, hits a stick, goes out the corner glass, bounces down, and will be settled down by the Thunderhawks. That cross again for Duel. Now back to the point. A shot taken there, carries just wide of the Rosemount goal. 17 seconds remain as the puck is battled for along the side of the cage, won by the Thunderhawks, right side. Now back to the point, one-time shot. Big block there by DeBeppo, and he will get up slowly here. 5 seconds to go. DeBeppo hobbled as he is begging for that clock to expire, and there's the horn. But the sacrifice is noted by Quentin DeBeppo. Vidapo, and almost serendipitous in a way, Danny, is
Jim Carroll
coming up and writing his name down to correct the pronunciation, and now he is the one who makes a
huge save
without the advantage of having a goalie pad. Now it looked like it hit the right shin pad, maybe. I believe it still hit the shin pad, maybe toward the inside of it. Regardless, that's going to hurt no matter what. Again, do not have the big, huge goalie pads, and so hopefully shake that off. Probably keep that moving in the locker room there in this intermission. But regardless, we head to the second intermission, tied at 1. The big key here, though, just like we had in the first game of the day, Danny, a penalty carrying over.
Yep.
A 1 minute and 1 second power play for Grand Rapids that, again, has been deadly all year. We talked about the 40% penalty kill, or power play, I should say, for Grand Rapids. But also, we saw even when they haven't been successful, it's taken quite literally everything for Rosemount to keep them off the board. And Vidapo really proved it toward the end of that period, having to block a huge shot to keep this tied at 1.
Yeah, that was huge. That block really saved them to end this period. And like you said, Zach, it's the same as the first game, where exactly a minute and 1 second left going into the third. It was the same time, too. So we'll see if Grand Rapids can continue their power play ways. But, wow, yeah, I think we're going to be in for a really good third period.
Yeah, certainly we've had a great 2 periods of play, no indication any of that will change. 17 minutes of regulation remain here at Grand Casino Arena, at least for this first session of the Class 2A quarterfinals. We'll take a break, come back, we'll recap the first 34. We'll get you ready for that final 17 and also talk a little bit about the next 2 games of the day we have coming up in the evening session. All the games today here on FM 96.7 KFAN The Plus. But for right now, the score reads Rosemount 1, Grand Rapids 1. After 2 periods of play, you are tuned in to the Tourney on FM 96.7 KFAN The Plus, presented by James Hardy, the #1 brand of siding in North America.
When an injury turns your life upside down, you need more than answers. You need a team that stands with you every step of the way. At Schwabel, Getz, and Sieben, Minnesota's personal injury powerhouse, experience isn't just a claim, it's proven. For decades, they've fought for the injured with unmatched dedication, service, and results. Their mission is simple. Not just to meet your expectations, but to exceed them. Schwabel, Getz, and Sieben. Local, experienced, on your side. Visit Schwabel.com or call 612-377-7777.
Deck season is almost here, and if you want your deck to be more than ugh, you need to go to uglydeck.com. For 20 years, they've been building 5-star decks all across the Twin Cities, and they do it with maintenance-free decking from TimberTech, Trex, and Decorators. That means no staining, no sealing, no splitters, ever. And let's talk about railings. Sleek, strong aluminum that looks incredible and stands up to Minnesota weather. So if you're ready for a deck that looks amazing without the weekend work, go to uglydeck.com and schedule a free quote with spring savings today.
It's a new year. You deserve a new deck. You desire the best, so go with the best. And that's TimberTech and TimberTech.com. TimberTech is #1 in premium decking and industry-wide the leader in design. You can choose up to 4 decking samples, and they'll ship them to you. So go to TimberTech.com to learn more, get those samples, and learn to love composite decking. It is TimberTech.com.
Pronto Heating is hiring service technicians.
Not your everyday run-of-the-mill techs, little brother.
That's right, Wade. We're looking for people that hustle.
Flash fast.
To be the best, you got to know your stuff.
We're constantly learning and training.
So we can repair any furnace or air conditioner out there.
It takes dedication and relentless hard work to be a Pronto tech.
Which is why we'll pay you really well.
Give us a call. Let's talk.
Or apply online
at prontoheat.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Need your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
And who really wins. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search 40s and free agents, and listen now.
The key to unlock the next breakthrough in cancer research could be sitting in your driveway. Stand Up to Cancer's vehicle donation program makes it easy to turn your unwanted vehicle into funding to support innovative cancer research. So when you're looking to get rid of your old car, truck, motorcycle, RV, or boat, why not donate it to Stand Up to Cancer? You can be a driving force in cancer research. Donate your car today. Visit standuptocancer.org/cars to learn more. Donate your home, land, or commercial property and help Stand Up to Cancer fund innovative cancer research. Stand Up to Cancer makes the process easy and it may be tax deductible. Visit standuptocancer.org/give property to learn more.
Minnesota's best sports audio can be found live daily on FM 100.3 KFAN, here on 96.7 KFAN Plus, and anywhere on iHeartRadio.
Welcome back to St. Paul Grand Casino Arena, host of the 82nd Minnesota State High School League Boys Hockey Tournament, Class 2A. Well underway here as we are approaching the final period of the first session of this Class 2A state tournament with Danny Ryan. I'm Zach Halverson. 1-1 is the score. Grand Rapids and Rosemount tied at 1 after 2 periods of play. 1 minute and 1 second of power play time for Grand Rapids to start the third period. Looking at the stats from the first 2 periods, Danny, and we expected a relatively even game, and that is sure as heck what we got here. Shots on goal, 26-22. The attempted shots even closer, 41-38. Power plays, that's the one difference. 1 for 3 for Grand Rapids, and then 1 for 2 plus whatever happens in this next minute or so. 0 for 1 for Rosemount, but face-offs relatively even as well. And another even stat that was even until our guy here, Quentin Vidapo, very late in that second period, gave Rosemount their 8th block shot of the game. Grand Rapids has 7.
I think both teams need to block more shots right now. Looking at that stat, because shots on goal being 26-22, that means you're not getting in the right lanes defensively if you're either one of these squads. And you know, Quentin Vidapo really stepped up and got that block shot. More guys on each squad need to do that.
No, and I'll tell you, talk about. I hope Quentin Vidapo isn't listening right now, Danny, because if he would have heard you say something along the lines of they need to block more shots, he would probably say something along the lines of what else can I absolutely do? Jim Carroll back here as well. He'll be on the call tonight here. Do we want to talk to Jim or what? Does Jim want to talk? No, he doesn't. He's got to save his voice.
Yeah, that's predictable.
We have noted it, Jim. Thank you very much. Vidapo is it.
Yeah.
It is, but Rosemount heading into this third period.
He is their football quarterback as well.
Oh, well.
Putting his body on the line. When was the last time you saw a quarterback do that?
I don't know, Danny. I not seen something like that in a long while. That was a heck of a block shot. Now heading into period number 3, if you're Rosemount, how do you approach? I mean, from the start of this third period, obviously starts with killing off this penalty.
Yeah.
But also after that, what do they need to do to find a way to victory?
Well, I think they got to keep taking shots. You know, that's one of the things that Rosemount is very good at. Their top players take shots from odd angles and just keep Grand Rapids on their heels. Make Luke Sherlock make the saves. Shots on net are going to be important, and just keep getting them if you're Rosemount. If you're Grand Rapids, take advantage of what is given you and score on the opportunities that you have and get up in this game. One of the opportunities that they have is this minute and 1 second left on the power play to start this third period.
Should be an exciting final period of regulation coming up. Grand Rapids and Rosemount knotted at 1 through 2 periods of play. We'll come back with the third period next on KFAN Plus. It's 1-1. Rosemount and Grand Rapids, the Tourney on the Fan, presented by James Hardy, the #1 brand of siding in North America.
Arthur's Jewelers Wedding Bed event March 3rd through 7th. Sales tax paid and get free diamond studs with purchase.
Barrero back with you. And you know, when driving privileges are taken away, people need answers. They need a safe, legal way to get back on the road. Their very livelihoods may depend on it. And that's where the folks at Smart Start MN can be incredibly valuable. Remember, Smart Start MN is the only locally owned and operated ignition interlock company approved in Minnesota. They've been helping people get back on the road again for 20 years now. They'll take you through what can seem to be an intimidating process, step by step, to get you back out there, and they'll tailor a plan that fits your needs and situation. What's Smart Start MN's advantage? Well, Smart Start MN is owned and operated by attorneys who helped craft the Minnesota Ignition Interlock program. They know all the requirements to get you back to legal driving. No hidden fees or long-term contract, and equipment designed for Minnesota winters. Having an ignition interlock device installed in your car does not have to be stressful. Let Smart Start MN ease that tension and provide the answers. Reach out to smartstartmn.com.
Winter is in full swing, and Aleve is here to keep you moving. When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief to get you through whatever the season brings. Chilly days or cozy nights, Aleve gives you that long-lasting body pain relief you can count on this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Cancer affects all of us. Today alone, 5,370 people in the United States will be diagnosed with cancer. That's why Stand Up to Cancer funds and develops the newest and most promising cancer treatments to help patients today. Stand Up to Cancer wants to provide you with every opportunity to join in this mission. By donating your home, land, or commercial property, you can help Stand Up to Cancer fund innovative cancer research. Donating eases the stress associated with selling a home and can also help lead to the next breakthrough in cancer prevention, diagnosis, and treatment. Stand Up to Cancer makes the process easy, and it may be tax deductible. It will take all of us standing up together to put an end to cancer as we know it. Help us save lives right now. Your home or property could hold the key to the next breakthrough in cancer research. Visit standuptocancer.org/giveproperty to learn more.
If there was ever a time to live united, it is now. Now is the time to speak with one voice, to build up, not tear down. It's time to join hands and live united against the problems that keep our communities from thriving. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you volunteer or donate now at unitedway.org?
My favorite thing about music is it's reliable. It's always there.
And it just helps me cheer up other people.
There's nothing to worry about when you do music. You're just having fun.
When I'm playing it, I'm like, wow, this is me.
And the sound just increases around you, and you just become immersed in it. You become one with it.
When you play music, you are playing life.
Whatever music means to you, just play.
Brought to you by the NAM Foundation.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too.
Al-Anon and
Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Stand Up to Cancer has been a critical partner in advancing research for cancer.
It's just so inspiring to do research that impacts human lives.
So please help us fight in this battle against cancer.
Be a part of the team that ends cancer at standuptocancer.org.
Live sports and opinions from hosts like Dan Patrick, Colin Coward, along with local and national live sports. This is FM 96.7 KFAN Plus, heard for free on the iHeartRadio app.
Hawk is out there at center ice.
The Thunder Hawk, that is.
Well, his name is on the back of his jersey. It just says Hawk.
I don't know if I should.
Is his name Hawk? I would imagine his name's Hawk.
A little bit less than 10 years ago, me and the fake Thunderhawk Twitter handle used to get into Twitter arguments with each other.
Okay.
So I think it's just the Thunderhawk, okay?
Okay. The Thunderhawk.
Yes.
He's out there ready to go.
Yes.
As the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks and the Rosemount Irish have played 2 periods. They have one more regulation period to go. Keyword at this point, regulation, because we are tied 1-1 here in this, as this third period is about to begin. With Danny Ryan, I'm Zach Halverson. Welcome back to the Tourney on the Plus, presented by James Hardy, the #1 brand of siding in North America. The Thunderhawks have 1 minute and 1 second of power play time to start the third period. That is noteworthy because their power play entering this game was 40.2%. They added to that total earlier. Their lone goal scored by Andrew Riala in the first period. That was his 21st of the year. That was also very quickly into that first power play of the hockey game. Rosemount, for their part, is 0-for-1 on the power play. So heading into this third period, 2 things, Danny. 1, with 1 minute, 1 second, obviously crucial power play for Grand Rapids.
Yep.
And you say that because you look at the way things go, and typically in hockey, one team going to have, by the end of this, 3 power plays. The other team only has 1. Officials tend to be a little bit more
it gets even after a while.
Right, it does. And so one would have to think that Rosemount will have at least one more man advantage, and 33% is nothing to scoff at.
No. And I think it's going to be important for Rosemount to get a power play in this third period, just because 33% is a large number for your power play percentage, and it will help you with momentum, if not score, too. So we'll see, but they first got to stop this Rapids power play to start off this period.
And props to Sam Clements. He has stopped 21 of 22 Grand Rapids shots. On the other side, Luke Sherlock stopping 25 of 26 Rosemount opportunities. As we begin period number 3, with Grand Rapids going from left to right across your iHeart Radio app. And the Thunderhawks off the faceoff, forced back in their own end here. Again, they have the man advantage, 38 seconds. That was a very quick 25 seconds spent in their own zone as they work their way up the ice with the puck. Behind the Rosemount goal it goes, right corner now. Trying to pinch there is Simons as the whistle blown hand passes ball. A costly hand pass will bring the faceoff all the way back, and will do it for most of the remaining time on this power play, Danny. They just didn't, from the very get-go in this third period, have a great start to it.
No, they didn't have the jump they needed to take advantage of the odd man. But again, the first period took a while to settle in. The second period took a while to settle in. Maybe the third will do the same. But right now, something's got to break because this game's getting too tense to stay a tie game.
Behind the goal, it's grabbed and carried forward by Shermone for the Thunderhawks. A shot from the left side, gloved and held on by Sam Clements. "12 seconds to go in the power play for Grand Rapids. We're only 50 seconds into this one here in period number 3. Draw push to the corner. The Irish sent it hard off the wall, took a weird bounce, and that allows the puck to stay in the zone. The Thunderhawks trying to set something up, right circle with it. Here is Garski. He'll drop it back one time. Shot, save made, rebound, trying to spin and fire. But the just couldn't get a good handle on it with Seth Carlson, and now come the Irish. Left wing side chance, shot, save made, loose in front, another try, and another stop there for the Thunderhawks. Great job by Luke Sherlock stepping up and keeping the puck out of the net.
Yeah, very good opportunity there by Channing Goodwin to get a shot on goal off of that rebound as well.
Back into the Rosemount, and the puck goes. Grand Rapids controlling now. Right side, it's Garski. He'll send it down low for Duel, who will drive in. Lost it on the exchange, and then a quick wraparound attempt. Unsuccessful there for Grand Rapids. Getting right back up with it for a moment was Garski, as he's able to cycle it back around just into the reach of Duel. And the Irish will handle it now behind their net. Good breakout pass, I should say, up to neutral ice, and back in come the Thunderhawks for at least a moment. Getting some help on the support side. It's Castendick behind the net. Stolen away by Rosemount. They flip it high off the glass to center. Falls at the red line. Quick pass to Castendick on the right side as he enters the zone for Grand Rapids. Castendick fighting with a man here. And the Irish steal it away. Sullivan in for Rosemount, right corner. Goes behind, tries to center one. Stolen away by Grand Rapids. With some speed here is Verschy. Verschy not a lot of room to work with as he enters the zone. He'll let it go back behind the Rosemount net where it's picked up by Lonke. He'll slide it to his right for Gorin. Gorin off the wall here. Pickpocketed by Carlson. Seth Carlson centers one, goes through the Tourney logo, and at the point, a shot takes a weird hop, and it goes out in front, and trying to backhand it in was Grand Rapids, but the captain, Seth Carlson, couldn't finish, and now here come the Irish the other way, but a quick poke check there thwarts that chance. Carlson's going to get it right back 1-on-2 as he enters the zone. Nice moves here. Carlson's shot, right pad save made by Clements, and an opportunity that really came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Seth Carlson with a fantastic shift there, and just out of nowhere, like you said, Zach, with two great A opportunities, and just Sam Clements just denying both of them.
The Irish came down with the puck, and actually Carlson was forced to stay in the zone a bit longer than he wanted to on the back check because his stick was ripped out of his hands. So he gets his stick back eventually, comes back, and then the puck finds its way to that stick, in which, again, I said 1v2, probably shouldn't have had a good opportunity, but he made one out of nothing and really put Sam Clements to the test.
Yeah, and I would say that there was some Rosemount defenders that also jumped into the net afterwards. They were pulled into the net by their momentum. They didn't look like they saved anything, but it was a all-out, save effort there by the team.
Just under 13 to go here in the third period. Still tied, Grand Rapids and Rosemount at 1-1. Thunderhawks lose it at the blue line. Rosemount sends it off the back wall. It comes out in front, and just choosing to cover that up and stop plays. Luke Sherlock, the Thunderhawks goaltender. Just a sophomore.
Again, as we talked about early in the first, Thunderhawks always produce outstanding goaltenders, and Luke Sherlock rising to the occasion right now with 26 saves so far today.
Face off in the Thunderhawks zone, won by Rosemount. They're working along the blue line. A left circle shot hits a stick and carries high and over the glass and into the netting.
Shots can even up now, it looks like. Rosemount 27, Grand Rapids 26. This game is a tight one.
Sherlock looks to his right. At Grand Rapids end. Draw won by the Thunderhawks. And they'll slide it up the ice here. Riala lost it as he entered the Rosemount zone. Irish will feed it deep into the Thunderhawk end now, left corner. Tracked down by Schubert. Some nice moves there. Tried a shot from the corner. It hits the glass and ricochets back out to neutral ice. Rosemount regroups. And back in comes Sullivan. Right wing side. On the goal. Play stopped with 11:58 to go in period number 3.
Probably around the next whistle, we're going to get the TV timeout. Only one TV timeout now. It used to be 2 TV timeouts, Zach.
Initially it was 3, then they brought it down to 2, and now it's only 1. So it used to be 3 1-minute breaks, kind of modeled after the NHL. And like I said, went down to 2 a few years ago, and now just the 1. And obviously from a competitive standpoint, that makes the most sense. It's weird to play 25 regular season games, 3 postseason games, all with a straight up 51 minutes, and then all of a sudden we're stopping. We have added 3 timeouts. And the shot from the left side turned away nicely by Sherlock. Rosemount with the puck, cycled down low. Here's McNeil. For Rosemount, he's edged off the puck, and the Thunderhawks will take over. Here's Duel at the red line for Grand Rapids. Will lightly play it into the Rosemount end where the Irish come back to pick it up. Hanowski for Rosemount. Avery Hanowski from right to left fires a shot wide of the Grand Rapids goal. A centering attempt knocked free by Grand Rapids, finding some open ice here with a good stick handling move with Salisbury. They'll work it to Clayton, who goes to his left, and into the zone it's Garski for Grand Rapids. Nate Garski had his stick lifted. Puck is pushed away from his possession, and Jack Lonke will take over for Rosemount. Gathers some speed behind his net, threads his way through the Thunderhawks defense, gets it back in the corner. Lonke looking for options, still with it, goes to the blue line. Shot from the blue line blocked. Another pass across, broken up by Grand Rapids. Now soccer to the neutral zone. And up the ice comes Seth Carlson. Carlson moves. Shot, save made there. Carlson keeping with the rebound here. Carlson, another try. Beautiful rebound, but it's swatted away by McNeil. Carlson again with the shot. Third time, not the charm for the Thunderhawk. Big collision in the corner gets the crowd going here with just under 10 to go in the third period.
Seth Carlson, the leading point scorer for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, showing off why in the last 2 shifts.
Behind the Grand Rapids goal, as entertaining as this game has been, Danny, not a lot to cheer for either squad.
No.
And that was certainly something. Another opportunity for Rosemount this time. And adjusting and making the stop, Luke Sherlock keeps it tied at 1-1 with 9:32 to go in period number 3. We take a break, and when we come back, we will bring you the final stages of this one, this battle between Grand Rapids and Rosemount. It's still tied 1-1 after 2 periods, with 9:32 to go in the second period. You're listening to the Tourney on the Plus.
Want to sleep better? Put a little madness in your lives thanks to Slumberland with up to 50% off list prices during the Mega Madness sale, where you get incredible deals on top brands like Ashley, Lazy Boy, Sealy, and more. Nobody sells Sealy for less than Slumberland. Plus, get a 365-night sleep guarantee on select new mattresses. Also, free doorstep shipping on all orders. It's Slumberland. It's the Mega Madness sale.
Wolves fans, it's time to get your tickets to Timberwolves basketball. From Anthony Edwards doing Anthony Edwards things, to Naz Reid getting the whole arena chanting his name, to Jaden McDaniels putting clamps on anyone in front of him, this is the show you want to see. Add in rivalry nights, theme nights, and giveaways fans line up early for, and every game is a night to remember. So what are you waiting for? Get your tickets now at Timberwolves.com. That's Timberwolves.com. Don't miss a shot, block, or fast break of Timberwolves basketball.
We all have different skills, things that make us unique. And in the Minnesota Army National Guard, we combine all of that for a common mission, serving our home. I'm Sergeant First Class Chris Urick from Glencoe. We know strength isn't found alone. It comes when all of us fight for the same goal. When that goal is protecting what matters most, there is nothing stronger. What will you bring to help us build that strength? Go to nationalguard.com/Minnesota to see how you can get started today.
Paid for by the Minnesota Army National Guard. Brought to you by the Minnesota Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening live to high school hockey on KFAN.
Great crowd is always on hand here at Grand Casino Arena watching a great game. 9.5 to go, period number 3. It is 1-1. Rosemount and Grand Rapids tied here in the second quarterfinal of 4 total today in St. Paul. Shots on goal favor Rosemount by just 1, 29-28, an evenly matched battle, which is exactly what you expect from the 4-5 game, Dan.
Correct, and that's it. Really was tight all the way through up until this point, and it's still 1-1. I thought that this game would favor Rosemount more, but Grand Rapids has just kept themselves in it in every step of the way, nearly tied in shots and tied on the scoreboard.
We talked in the pregame about that experience and how crucial it can be. I would think that helped Andover in the section final against Centennial, and they're going to be back, and they're going to be a tough out for Edina tonight. Regardless, we remain tied here. Rosemount and Grand Rapids as the Irish skate the puck in. Left side shot, save made, held on by Luke Sherlock, his 29th save of the contest.
He has played exceptionally well today, too. Stood up for a sophomore right there, and he has jumped in. And Sam Clements on the other side, not their traditional starter for Rosemount, has also jumped in very well.
Draw one by the Irish here. It's Lonke dropping it down low, gets it back at the blue line, fires a shot wide. The ricochet there, almost, I think he thought about it. A good one on the right side. Instead, elected to pass it to the blue line, where he'll get it right back at the top of the circle. Out to Lonke, now left wing side. Back Lonke, one-time shot wide to the goal. Almost shoveled in there along the side of the goal mouth by Gorin, but he couldn't get it to go. Great job by Sherlock keeping that one out.
Yeah, Rosemount using the boards as a weapon there to pass the puck to themselves.
Here's Grand Rapids, pass out to the point. A shot finds its way through, but the glove save made by Sam Clements with 8.5 to go in period number 3.
Something we often see here is the bouncy boards, and that was a good example of it by Rosemount with a very good scoring opportunity. Wow. Just hopped over the stick of Bauer Sullivan.
We saw some unlucky bounces for Grand Rapids earlier in the game. That's certainly an unlucky bounce for Rosemount. So close to being 2-1. Face-off won by Grand Rapids. The shot blocked there. Diving effort by Cade Sherman. And he's going to try to get the puck back, and he will get the puck back as he enters the zone now on the Grand Rapids side. Sherman with the shot. That is blocked. Loose puck grab by Hanowski for Rosemount. Back to the point it goes. Clafton puts on the brakes, goes back the other way, drives the goal. Backhand pass blocked in front. Cleared out by Grand Rapids. They'll send it forward. Crossing the red line into the zone come the Thunderhawks. Clayton fires a pass that hits the stick, goes up in the air, and falls in the right corner where the battle ensues down there. Thunderhawks take it away. Clafton's shot, save made, and then hanging on to it as Clements hit the stick. It bounced out in front of him. He'll stop play now with 7:43 to go in period number 3.
But very calmly took that puck back into him, Sam Clements. As he looks very comfortable right now, too. I don't want to use that word.
No, you better not.
It's looking like it, though. It's looking like it.
I think just thinking it is a...
I thought about it.
I'll just say it.
Overtime.
7:42 to go. In regulation, Rosemount trying to change that. Left wing side, a shot toward the goal, turned away by Clements, or make that Sherlock as he knocked it aside. Thunderhawks is getting it out of danger, sending it up the ice. Clements way out of his goal with the puck in the corner. Tried to clear, can't do so. Jamison Dool had it. He'll play it down low to the corner. Now in front, weak angle shot is knocked away there as Clements ready very much so for that one. And full Clements once, not twice there. Sariala with the absolute snipe back in the first period, in which we thought perhaps that goal total was going to be much higher than just 2, as we now reach with under 7 minutes. It's under 7 minutes to go in the third period. Will Sherman trying to clear for Grand Rapids. It's knocked back behind him. Behind the Thunderhawk goal, it goes down to the near side. Seth Carlson trying to jam at it. Goes backwards instead to Salisbury. Cleared out by Grand Rapids. Now they'll work their way in. Riala fires one. Save is made. Rebound was there. Stick lifted as Sherman was in the area of that. Now back the other way come the Irish, moving their way in. Weak angle shot. It's touch up on the Thunderhawks. And a big power play coming up. We talked about in the beginning of the third period, Danny. It was just bound to perhaps even up. And now the captain, one of their best players, Seth Carlson, heading to the penalty box for Grand Rapids. The officials talking it over, and the official call 2-minute minor for interference.
Ooh, if you're head coach Ricky Sainty for Rosemount, I would debate taking a timeout. This is a huge power play. And you have a very lethal power play, too, coming in at over 33%. It's worth the risk to take that timeout now.
Instead, we play on, and instead the Thunderhawks win the face-off and clear it right down the ice. So the first 10 seconds of this power play already gone here for Rosemount, but they have a 33% power play entering today. And they will look to take advantage of that here and find their way to semifinal Friday with the goal. The Thunderhawks stand in their way. Rosemount pass, unforced error, escapes the zone to the point. Gavin McNeil playing catch here now in his own zone. He'll get it right back. McNeil through neutral ice, cuts his way in, sends a pass, left circle, shot, great block, but the rebound was there and pushed in, but the save made by Sherlock, and the Thunderhawks sent it down the ice.
Fantastic toe save there by Luke Sherlock.
Got the shot block, but it took a great bounce for Rosemount. But Sherlock ready to go to make that stop. He'll be tested again here as the Irish work their way in. 55 seconds to go in the power play. Left circle pass, shot again blocked here. Loose puck grabbed by Rosemount. Back to the blue line for McNeil. He'll go to the point for Lonke. Lonke at the top of the point. Back out here for McNeil. McNeil at the top of the circle. From one circle to the other, right side, it's Schubert. Schubert down low for Sherman. Sherman at the corner. Skates it out to the top of the circle. Saucer pass to McNeil on the left side. McNeil stepping up 30 seconds ago on the power play. One-time shot wide of the goal. The loose puck grabbed by Schubert, and the power play continues. Schubert, his shot blocked as it goes to the right side now. Racing after it is McNeil with 18 seconds to go on the power play. Irish step up. It's played to Lonke. He'll fire one. Save is made. Hanging on is Luke Sherlock with 12 seconds to go on the power play. Grand Rapids surviving as the Irish continue to move that puck around. Somehow, some way, it stays out of the net.
The Irish giving everything that they could in that last minute there, as we just saw the replay of the toe save. And by toe, that could have been his skate blade that made that one.
Face off to the right of Luke Sherlock again. 12 seconds to go in the power play here for Rosemount. 4:34 to go in regulation. It's tied 1-1. Draw one to the point by the Irish. They work along that blue line. Graham Clafton goes behind the goal with it to the far corner. Irish work their way behind. It's Sullivan as Larson is free, or Carlson rather, is freed from the penalty box. Back to 5-on-5. Irish still with the puck on the right side. A shot flashing that leather. Luke Sherlock will hang on. And the Thunderhawks survive another power play opportunity for Rosemount. What a penalty kill there. Coming up big when they needed it the most.
Yeah, and I mean, that penalty kill on the season is only 76.3%, but 100 today. That really came in big, especially with Seth Carlson, their captain, in the box, too. That's huge with 4:12 left.
I have to think that'll be a motivating factor for Seth Carlson as the face-off won by the Thunderhawks. They'll immediately leave their zone with the puck. They got it just inside the Rosemount end. Lonke fires a left wing side, hits out the wall, goes to McNeil. He has a lot of open space to work with. He likes to go up the center of the ice, goes to his left, passes it to Sherman. Sherman fires a shot high and wide over the goal, bounces back to blue line where it's kept in on the right wing side for a moment. Carlson got his stick in the way of that pass, trying to force it back out. It goes high in the air, falls at center ice for Rosemount to pick up, and they will regroup just outside their own zone. Some nice stick handling there by McNeil as he finds Bartle to his left. Little pitch and catch there. Pass in front, loose shot, score! The Rosemount Irish have taken the lead. It's Shannon Goodwin with just 3.5 to go in the third.
Just a little rebound right in front of the net, and looked like Shannon Goodwin just buried that with bodies in front of Sherlock, too. It was kind of a squibber that just laid there, and he grabbed it and put it in. Let's watch the replay on this. Starts off by Shannon Goodwin as well.
Just a wonderful play by Goodwin. He got the puck, played it in front, tried to pass, and then the shot with the rebound was there to bury it. And just like that, now Rosemount up 2-1, 3:26 to go in the third period.
That's a big goal right there.
Very similar script to yesterday's game between Cathedral and Montemedi, in which Montemedi scored with just over 3 minutes to go in that game to win 2-1. Can Grand Rapids find some magic here and force overtime, or will Rosemount come back to this tourney after winning 3 decades and find their way into the semifinals? Grand Rapids battling inside this Rosemount zone. The Irish will just flip it back to center. Finds its way all the way back, and that's going to force Sherlock to cover up, and we'll have a defensive zone draw for Grand Rapids. 2:49 left on the clock as it is now officially an enemy of the Thunderhawks.
Yeah, but late period goals for this squad for Grand Rapids, they're used to it. The seniors did it when they were sophomores. This is a team that when they were Bantams, they were not predicted to go to state, and they got to state. They're good at late magic when they need it.
Looking for another perhaps buzzer beater here in a quarterfinal Thursday. You mentioned they scored with just a couple of seconds left a couple years ago against White Bear Lake. And now, that of course was to win the game. This one just to stay alive in the game. Here come the Thunderhawks. Left wing side, it's Nate Garski. Forced hard into the wall. We'll keep an eye on Luke Sherlock here with now just over 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Irish steal it away. Sent high off the glass to center. At the red line. Poked back the other way by Grand Rapids for a moment. Exchange over to Gorin. Gorin with a long pass for Rosemount as they enter the zone. Nice poke check by Salisbury. Sends the puck to the corner. Rosemount cool with that there as McNeil skates his way to some open ice on the near side. Grand Rapids steals it away. And up the ice comes Jamison Duell. 1:45 to go. Duell fires one high over the glass, or into the glass, I should say. The left wing side. Left corner battle in that Rosemount zone. High off the back wall. Cleared to the blue line. Does get down the ice. And so Grand Rapids having to come back, touch up. They'll handle in their own zone, but a turnover in their own zone. Let's Rosemount control the puck now. Puck played away from Rosemount. Here come the Thunderhawks. 2-on-2 entering the Rosemount end. Some nice move here by Carlson, but it's knocked away from his stick as he's held up, and it's cleared out by Rosemount. Sherlock still in his goal with now 69 seconds to go in period number 3. Grand Rapids sends it deep into the Rosemount end. Behind the goal, it's Jack Lonke. Long pass to the red line, just directed in by Sherman. I would imagine Luke Sherlock here will follow his team out of his own zone with the puck. It's Riala, the lone goal scorer for the Thunderhawks. Would love to have some company and would love to add to his goal total as Sherlock goes to the bench at 6-on-5 with 40 seconds to go here in the third period. Along the wall, Oliver Gorin trying to kill as much time off the clock as he can. He is able to kill about 10 seconds or so, but the puck does score it free. He's fired on goal! Score! Grant Fursey fired the shot. Jamison Duell tipped it behind, and we are tied with just 28.9 seconds to go.
The Thunderhawks did it again. Oh, my word. I can't believe that. Wow. The last 2 times this team has made it to state, they have created a lot of fireworks in the last minute of play.
Did not need a lot of time there with that man advantage. And, I mean, if you think about it, Danny, 6-on-5, it's just a more crowded power play. And we talked about this team all year being so good on the power play, 40%. Just felt like something like that was coming.
Yeah.
It did. So, timeout called. I don't know exactly by who here. Grand Rapids will take that timeout. I think that's a very smart timeout at this point, Danny.
Yes.
Settle the guys. How many times have we seen?
Yeah, I know. It
that
goes back the
emotional
other
high.
way. Okay. Because there is 28.9 seconds left in regulation, Zach, do you want to explain what overtime looks like?
Yeah, so we will, if we get to overtime, there'll be a 3-minute break just to kind of let everybody catch our breaths and let the teams get set. It is 5-on-5, and it is going to be an 8-minute overtime period. If nobody scores, they will resurface the ice. We'll come back and play a 17-minute period, and if nobody scores then, it will be a 3-minute break, and then another 8-minute period, and then they'll resurface the ice again, and we'll just do that until somebody scores. I'm not sure. We've never gotten to the point, Danny, where they've had to move it to the following morning.
We have not. It has happened
happened.
once. We came close
Very
with
close.
Lakeville South and Eden Prairie.
Yep.
In this exact time slot, but it really takes a lot for that to happen.
They do
too.
have a limit of 3 overtimes for games that aren't the last game of the day, in which case then they would have to come back in the morning. Not ideal.
No.
Hopefully they solve it before we get anywhere near that point. I have a feeling they absolutely will. All right, brand new hockey game, folks. 28.9 seconds remain in the regulation. Grand Rapids and Rosemount once again tied, this time at 2-2. Face off, won by Rosemount. They'll work their way in. Left side, it's Schubert. Fires a shot, stick save made by Sherlock. He'll fire it to his left side there. Grand Rapids turn over here, but they'll get it right back, and it's sent dangerously in front of that Rapids goal, where it's finally cleared out by the Thunderhawks. Rosemount will skate it backwards here. 4 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. We are headed, folks, to overtime. My goodness, what a hockey game here. Admittedly, a bit of a snoozer to start the day, Danny, but games like this certainly a reminder of why people love the tournament so much. Stuff like this, some special moments, and certainly another hero on tap. Somebody in one of those two teams going to have a memory that'll last a lifetime.
And this is an instant classic. You have a Northern Power like Grand Rapids versus a Metro public school. This is an exciting game that you wish that you can be at the tournament to see every single year.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with the drop of the puck. Overtime next on the Plus, all thanks to James Hardy, the number one brand of siding in North America.
For M&N Sports, I'm Kevin Falmus. The Golden Gopher men had a bit of trouble last night in Bloomington.
And there's the horn. And on that note, that is the ball game. 77-47 is the final. Indiana gets the win. Minnesota falls to 14-16 overall, 7-12 now in the Big Ten. They'll close up the regular season Saturday night, 8 o'clock the tip, hosting Northwestern. Indiana 18-12, snaps a 4-game skid. They go to 9-10 in the Big Ten. They keep their tournament hopes now good. They did not want to lose this one. They play at Ohio State for a resume opportunity to close out the regular season on Saturday.
That was Mike Grimm last night on the Gophers Radio Network after the Gophers fall by 30 points to Indiana.
They were really, really physical. We didn't handle it very well. Weren't communicating great on defense. And once that thing just kind of broke open, towards the end of the first half there, we just didn't have enough in the tank. I mean, we looked like a tired ball club. We looked like a frustrated ball club there. And it was just too much for us to overcome.
That's Gopher head coach Nico Medved. The regular season comes to a close Saturday against Northwestern at Williams Arena. Tonight, the Golden Gopher men's hockey team is on the ice against a very good Michigan State team. Leo Gruba says they'll be ready.
You might call us a delusional confidence, but we are very confident in our group. We know we played great hockey in the last month, and no one's packing their bags. No one's got spring break clothes in the closet yet. We're going to be here for a few more weeks. We'll win 2 this weekend. That's our plan, and then 6 straight.
Puck drops at 7 o'clock tonight and tomorrow at 3M Arena at Mariucci. Tonight, the Timberwolves are back on the floor. They'll host the Raptors, looking for a 5th straight win. It's a 7 o'clock tip from Target Center. The Wild practice today in St. Paul. They're in Vegas tomorrow night at 9. Kevin Fallness, M&N Sports.
Minnesota's second best sports station is FM 96.7 KFAN Plus KQQL HD3 Anoka.
What a hockey game. Welcome back to Grand Casino Arena. 2-2 the score. Hermantown and Rosemount. After Rosemount scored a late goal, about 3.5 remaining. It was 2-1 Irish, but the Thunderhawks came back just 28.9 seconds to go. Unbelievable hockey game.
Momentum is favoring Grand Rapids right now with that late last-minute goal, but Rosemount has been pouring it on. They got 38 shots in the game so far, and they've been hot.
Long change, by the way, we should note here in this overtime period as Rosemount has won the face-off. They dump the puck deep into the Grand Rapids end. They work it back out high. It's played from Oliver Gorin toward the goal. Now carried out of danger by the Thunderhawks, but good start to overtime at least for the Rosemount Irish as they regroup in their own zone. Long pass connects with Sullivan as he enters the zone now, drops it back. Centering pass on the left circle, now still loose in the slot, but nobody there to put it away for Rosemount, and the Thunderhawks able to clear it back out. Rosemount grabs Jack Lonke. Driving his way in, blew a tire, lost it. It's still loose in the front of the Grand Rapids goal, and Thunderhawks able to track it down and then play it back out to center. Irish in control, at least for the moment. They're at their own blue line. Given right side for Ryan Bartle, who lets it go for Sherman, who dumps it in, and then a quick shot from the left side. Found by Luke Sherlock.
Good save again there by Luke Sherlock. Rosemount with a couple of chances early in this overtime. But it's Grand Rapids that you have to watch out for on a quick breakout going the other way.
To the corner, inside the Grand Rapids zone. Behind the net, played by Garski. Gets some help from Stupak. For Grand Rapids, slides it over to his left for Clayton. Into the zone come the Thunderhawks. A little drop pass back to Clayton. At the half wall, driving it down low. It's brought down. Clayton trying to get it back, is able to do so. Still with it is Clayton. Goes back to the blue line with it. Grand Rapids continuing pressure. Shot from the left side. It's the back wall played out in front dangerously, but tracking it down is Clemens, and he'll get that glove on it to stop play just under 2 minutes into overtime.
The bouncy boards can be your friends or foes, and that was a good example of Grand Rapids using them to their advantage as an extra passing pad almost in the back. And getting that doorstep shot they were looking for, but didn't go in.
Draw one by the Irish. They'll rim it around the wall, but it's taken over and then fired on goal by the Thunderhawks. Great job there by Royala, forcing that turnover and then firing it on net. But Sherlock, or make that Clements there to make the save. Back out to the blue line here. Thunderhawks keeping the pressure.
Oh.
Shot deflected toward the goal. Making the adjustment is Clements as Will Sherman.
Yeah, Willie Sherman there just got like a perfect stick to really just dead the puck.
Riala almost did the same exact thing,
Yeah.
just on the near corner on his shot. Oh, man.
Willie Sherman taking the face off. He's a defenseman.
And he won the draw, and then it's taken toward the goal by Seth Carlson. Instead, he'll elect to go behind the net with the puck. Plays it out to the blue line for Vershi. Vershi drops it behind the Rosemount goal. Now the Irish will get after it here. Oliver Gorin looking for options, sends it across his own zone to the blue line, and then some nice stick handle work here up the right side. It's Sullivan. Sullivan tried to pass it on front, hit a Thunderhawk instead, gets it back, however, and then lost it again. as the Thunderhawks able to solve the Irish there, at least for the moment. Now it's Seth Carlson into the zone. Seth Carlson from right to left gets taken down in the process. He is hurt.
Yeah.
And might be another instance there. That was a big hit right in front of the goal. Not sure if there was a knee that maybe stuck out here. Yes, very much so.
Oh.
Very much so.
That should have been called. That should have been. That was a dangerous play.
Blatant, dangerous strip. And the Irish get away with that one. We'll keep an eye.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on Seth Carlson.
That replay was so bad they took it off the big board.
Not good. Not good. So we play on here 5-on-5. The Irish have the puck as they leave the zone. They got some numbers as they enter. It's a drop pass here. The shots score. The Irish in overtime. It's Cade Sherman, the hero for Rosemount.
Perfect snipe right there for Cade Sherman. And if you're Grand Rapids, that's a tough one. Congratulations, Rosemount. But
absolutely,
that all changed in a matter of seconds.
Wow.
Huge goal by Cade Sherman. I'm not taking anything away from that.
Certainly not. No, it was a wonderful goal. Great play by the Irish, working in well-executed drop pass. It's a shame it came so quickly after what was a pretty blatant penalty, which
should have been called.
But nonetheless, cannot take away much of anything from what was a great hockey game. And, the face-off in the Rosemount zone, and Dylan Clayton coming away with it, got it to his left, played it over. I'll make that Gavin McNeil. And then a beautiful drop pass. And just what a shot. What an absolute shot to the corner. And what a pass, too, by Avery Hanowski, knowing where his guy was, to make that happen. Sends the hockey Hankies flying and sends Rosemount into the semifinal round of the Minnesota State High School League Boys Hockey Tournament. What a game. What a start. We'll be back here at 6 o'clock tonight for a couple of more contests featuring the Lakeville South and Moorhead, followed by Andover and Edina. Danny, your final thoughts.
That was a fantastic game, even the whole way through, and it took overtime to finish it. Congratulations, Rosemount. Cade Sherman, awesome goal. Great way to finish that one.
We will see you tonight, 6 o'clock. We'll be live back here on FM 96.7 KFA and the Plus and iHeartRadio. Hope you join us then. For Danny Ryan, I'm Zach Halverson. So long. It'll be Minnetonka and Rosemount tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We'll decide the second semifinal tonight right here on the Plus. Thanks to James Hardy. And thank you to the fan. We now join Fox Sports Radio, already in progress.
No.
And that's when you knew he had to say yes, because my wife said the social media feedback, if they made a 9-year-old girl sit through her mom being rejected, would have been insane. You know what? Nowadays, it probably would have been like, ooh, do it for the social media feedback. But it's just so funny. I said it a million times before. I watch these shows, and I wonder if we were all that dumb in our 20s. And I just don't think we were.
I think we were dumber, dude. I really do.
I know you think
that's why they put us on the radio. To get these two bozos to talk on the radio about nonsense. I think we were just as bad.
The guy's worried about going to concerts and games,
dude,
and bars.
All right, ready?
And he's about to marry someone with a 9-year-old. Like, does he know what reality?
I remember a specific conversation we had when my ex-wife, right? I was dating her at the time when she first moved into my home. I remember one of our discussions was I didn't want to share my closet with her. I'm like, come on, I got it all set up. It's my closet.
And I remember saying, like, you can't ask a woman to live with you and not share your stuff. And Kavina was like, well, this side's mine. This side's yours.
So, of course, we were just as dumb.
Maybe you were.
Yeah, and these younger people today are in their own lane longer than ever before. You know, settling down with somebody is a little tougher, especially with all the options. And then they're on these stupid TV shows getting famous. They don't want to say I do. when all these people are talking about him. So, yeah, the Love is Blind finale was also last night.
Now, Danny, you brought it up. I'm just saying. You brought it up.
I mean, hey, that WBC game didn't start until late. It started at 10 p.m. on the East Coast.
That was the two things trending in our world, WBC baseball and Love is Blind.
Gave us something to watch
Honestly,
on a Wednesday.
Train wrecks, dating, and baseball, two of my favorite things.
But, hey, Rich and Danny's two brainbusters. What's the flashiest thing you own in your closet? Just bust it out one day. You know what we should do?
Next week.
We should bust out our most random, loudest thing. SGA Day, we'll have it.
Next week. Now, you want to do next like a random Wednesday? Like
just give us a reason to bust out that thing we've been waiting to bust out.
NBA Wednesday we'll do it. How about NBA Wednesday next week? Middle of the week.
Come strutting in.
Come in with your most flashy, like, oh my God, am I really going to wear this absurd thing to work?
And then Danny G's question is,
I'm gonna wear like a floral jacket with shades and all. Yeah, we got to do it next week. NBA Wednesday.
Based on Love is Blind. Were we all that dumb when we were that age, or are people today significantly dumber?
Well, when you see like athletes even making mistakes with the media, and you're like, oh, but they're like just fresh out of college. Some of these NFL and NBA players we root for are like not far removed from their mom doing their laundry. They're not far removed from living at mom and dad's house, let alone.
Do you remember our cheating codes before we were committed men and committed relationships?
You know, people used to be like, well, different area code or zip code. Covino used to genuinely believe if he kept his socks on, it didn't count.
That's true. That's true.
See? Right. But you're going to judge the young people of today? And again, that was like back in the early 2000s, guys. Back way in the early 2000s.
Covino once said, I quote, we were at a party, and we were both sort of dating. And Covino goes, well, bro, if there's no ring on the finger, my junk could linger. And I'm like, what does that even mean?
Ryan, that's true, right?
It's also true.
Yeah. I mean, what are we doing?
Yes,
so maybe Covino, you were as dumb as the Love is
No,
Blind.
my point is, we always love to point out the younger generation. Be like, look at these idiots.
Yeah.
Our generation was just as dumb or silly and leaning on slang and talking about dumb things the same way we see it on TV. And again, we're much better guys now.
Yeah.
This is way back in our early 20s, guys.
Yeah.
You know, we're way past
When you were like
stuff.
that, when you were like that lying soccer player on Love is Blind, that's full of it. That guy, I can't say it on Fox, but I'll say he's full of baloney. That guy's so full of.
But to not bother or bore anybody who's not watching Love is Blind, I don't like how that woman handled that situation either. She used that as a mic drop.
Yeah,
like,
you guys are talking about Alex and Ashley.
Ashley is like, yeah, I showed him. It's my world. Mic drop later, loser.
Yeah, she got the feeling that he was going to say no at the altar, so she jumped in and said, it doesn't matter what you say. And then she tried to burn him and call him a liar in front of everybody there at the wedding.
As an opportunity to boost herself up and mighty.
And if this is proof of anything, God, we're ready for baseball, huh?
This is what happens. This is what happens when you got the NFL blues.
This is what happens when the NFL ends, baseball hasn't begun, and the NBA isn't catching your interest other than SGA's coat. You're a bunch of grown men talking about Love is Blind.
No, it really is. This is a great example of how you really feel deep down and why I'm trying to boost up the WBC that much. And I really did enjoy that last night, Rich. After Love is Blind, I put it on, and I was shocked to feel the energy because they're playing with that country pride, like Rich said.
Wasn't our very own Stu Gatz? I'll give him a shout-out. He gives us some love. Didn't Stu Gatz make a fun argument that they should move the White Sox to the Dominican Republic?
I didn't hear this. No, tell me about it.
I mean, you know, they talk in the NFL like, yeah, you know, maybe move the Jags to London if there's such an interest. He's saying after watching that DR crowd, he's like, why don't we just take a bum team like the White Sox and move them to the DR?
Oh, get him excited. More excited about MLB.
I'll be honest.
But that's why when you talk about...
When you saw Juan Soto rounding those bases, the background shots of the crowd...
Insane.
It looked like Game 7 of the World Series.
Insane. When you see the excitement that these other countries bring and the fans bring and support... You have to back up Team USA.
And that was
a prelim. Support your country team.
And that was like a prelim practice game, and it hasn't even started. So
that's why, even though America's the favorite here, and Japan are the defending champions, I would not sleep on the Dominican Republic or any team playing with that type of support and energy and excitement behind them because they're playing for country pride. If you're not tuning in, tuning out, bro.
Top 3 teams favored in Las Vegas, according to DraftKings. Team USA.
Stacked. Support them. Get behind your country.
Japan.
Get behind the team. Japan is also stacked.
And the DR. In fact, you know what? If you want more WBC, we won't bombard you with it. On our bonus podcast today, Overpromised, we'll break down what MLB stars are on each team, and we'll go over some more prop bets and things you could do as far as the World Baseball Classic.
Give us the odds. Give us the odds on Overpromised.
Yeah, perfect.
We'll do that on YouTube right after the show at 4 p.m. on the West, 7 p.m. on the East. All right, now we promised you we talk some Tom Brady.
And again, flag football, another thing that's keeping my interest. The pros that are going to be doing this with influencers in Saudi Arabia, and my kids playing flag football. Flag football, all the rage. I saw Michael Strahan.
It really is. Rich is not lying.
Where did Strahan talk about this?
It's really capturing the world as far as youth sports, Olympics, what we're seeing between Brady and the trash talk with Logan Paul. I think we have a good respect for it, and I think it's a great compromise because there's so much concern and safety concerns when it comes to your kids playing. It's a great alternative. Maybe you don't want your kid to play soccer because you love football so much. You get them in flag football. It's a lot of fun.
Yo, the boys and the girls and
co-ed. Yeah, it's great for kids.
A lot of times it feels like when you talk about women's sports, you're pandering. Like you don't want to be the person. You don't want to be like ESPN that's like, our Sunday night lineups, all women's sports. Don't you love it? Like I'm not trying to pander, but my daughter plays flag football. And I'll tell you, it's the most fun watching some of these young women play flag football. Michael Strahan was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and he's really pushing, saying that not only the Olympics, he thinks that even more so maybe than the WNBA and other sports, like if you get some of these young female athletes, flag football, we love the game so much that perhaps there's a little pocket for women's flag football that would gain your interest. I'll be honest.
I can see that. And I could also see what a confidence booster it is for young girls.
Dude, I coach yesterday after work. I coached every Wednesday. We have our practice.
And it's an equalizer. I see a lot of these young girls schooling young boys when I go and watch my niece and nephew play. These girls are good, dude.
So if you asked me right now, and I bet you I'm not the only one, if I said, what do you rather watch? The WNBA, or if in a year or so they really got together a women's flag football tournament or a league? I love football so much, and I think there's a different level of athleticism that is more interesting to me. The WNBA, I'm not watching unless you put my eyes open with toothpicks, and Iowa Sam's forcing me to watch Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, funny you bring this up when Iowa Sam's not here, but when you know what he'd say.
But if you told me, yo, Rich, they're doing like the best of the best women's flag football, I think we all love football. And I think women are allowed to show off their skills in a different way.
Absolutely. I actually agree with Rich 100% on that.
I think there's something to be said.
I do.
And again.
And it's fun to watch in person. Like when I'm watching these little kids, it's really dope.
Know what I've noticed too? We always talk about the world of impatience we live in.
Yeah.
Prime now. You go on Amazon. If you order something, if it doesn't say it's going to get to you by tomorrow, you're like, what do you mean? Not by tomorrow. By Tuesday? Like we're so impatient that football ends.
You want more football.
And there's 6 weeks until baseball, and we can't even.
Yeah, you can't
even deal with it.
Fucking Love is Blind on Fox Sports Radio.
So I'm saying, if that's why Tom Brady and flag football. That's why women's flag football. That's why random fights, random things are getting your interest.
You know what I do believe, though, from all the flag football talk and watching these kids and how they're coached and watching Tom Brady train and talks of the Olympics and the team, whether or not remember the whole quarterback controversy with the Olympic quarterback or the USA flag football quarterback?
Yeah.
There's such a specific skill. Like my only reference is like gym class. Because like when did you play flag football growing up?
Gym class. That's
right?
Yeah.
And do you remember how hard it was to snag the flag because you're running full speed and you're bouncing up and down while some dude is trying to twist his way, away from you.
Can't guard your flags though.
There's a skill involved in being able to slow it down and grab that flag. And unless you practice that, you don't have it. So, these are skills that are developed. And I think there's a lot of people further along. And, there is truth to I don't necessarily believe that just because you played in the NFL, you're going to be better.
It's an interesting one. So, hey, your thoughts all over the place, having fun our first 20 minutes on the show today.
Well, you know what? Danny G hit it. This is exactly what's going on. You had World Baseball Classic, you have Love is Blind, and you have this buzz about flag football in the background.
Yeah, it's true. You
oh,
nailed
yeah,
it.
and then you hear like Kyler Murray rumors.
And then we're going to get to Kyler Murray in a minute because I have a deep thought that I posed to a bunch of my sports buds. A couple group texts, I threw it out there. I'm like, here's my Kyler Murray hypothetical. I'm going to give it to you guys coming up. So we'll talk some Kyler Murray. We'll go old school. And Logan Paul and Tom Brady continue to go at it. And I'll be honest, call me a sucker of all suckers because I'm the trap is working because I'm like, what did Logan Paul say about NFL players? So we'll get to that, talk a little football, have some fun. CNR right here on FSR.
Speaking of football, ready to tackle your financial goals? With Webull, you don't have to sit on the sidelines like Rich Davis did when he played flag
football. Put me in, coach.
Whether you're a rookie or a pro, Webull puts you in the game with tools that help you make the moves you want.
Hey.
Trade stocks, options, ETFs, or play the long game with cash management and retirement accounts all on one platform.
Webull's app pairs advanced analytics with real-time data so you can read the defense, adjust your strategy, stay in control. And now with Vega, that's your AI assistant, you can ask things like, what's the outlook for this stock? Or, hey, can you analyze my watch list? You get real-time stock analysis, volatility insights, and fundamentals that turn complex stuff into plain English.
Want a wider view of the field? Use Portfolio X-Ray to spot trends, manage risk, and optimize the performance of your portfolio. Stop striking out. Stop punting your financial future.
No punting in flag football.
No punting? No. All right, then stop striking out your financial future. Join Webull's community to discuss your markets, trending topics, and ideas with fellow investors. Download the Webull app today on mobile or desktop, Webull, or visit Webull.com.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures.
Steve Covino live.
This is how it appears at the moment.
Rich Davis live.
My mom says I'm a catch.
Yeah. Right now on YouTube. Go now to youtube.com. Just search Covino and Rich.
Funny clips, everything is there.